I can I can hear you. What's up, man?
Oh, I'm all right, man. I'm on my phone today because my laptop's playing up.
Can you turn your phone for me?
Yeah. I can't remember how to use the phone. There you go.
There you go. Ben, what's up, man?
Hey, man. I don't know whether this is gonna fucking work.
Ben's internet's all fucked up, so he could be gone in 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
That's me and you, James. Me and you, James. We're going to carry the episode.
Carry.
We had a storm which passed like 3 days ago, but the internet is like having a delayed reaction to the fucking storm. So I don't know.
Oh no.
Do you guys see anything different about me?
Don't ask this. I always get it wrong. It's how there's such pressure. It's like when my wife says, how do I look? I'm like, fuck, she's done something. I don't know what it is.
You've done your unibrow?
No, I never. I didn't know I had a fucking unibrow. What am I, hottie? Look again, James.
What's different, man? What have you done? You look young, though.
You can't fucking see the shirt. Look at the shirt.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
Let me move the microphone.
Listen, you said about me. I thought you meant like your face.
What do you think? You like it?
The shirt's dope. I thought you meant your face, though, man.
What do you think, Ben?
I'm trying to read it.
You can't read it?
Oh, the shed. Yeah, I like it.
Actually, look, wait. Oh, I thought you put your mic away. You went really quiet. I was confused.
No, it's just, yeah. It fucking we decided that was the saying that had to go on the shirt.
It's awesome.
So,
looks good on you. I thought your face. I think you meant your face. I was like looking at your face, thinking, "What's going on?"
Well, I just said what's different about me. I didn't say where.
I know. Yeah, but about me, I feel like it's going to be something to do with like skin or hair.
But you did say I look younger, which is nice. So
yeah,
you do look young.
It's a lie. You don't look younger.
What did you guys think of the New York Pro?
Fair. I think it's very fair.
James, you owe me $100.
No, I said Nick as well.
No, we bet on the Indy.
Yeah. No, I do owe you that. I owe you for Indy. Yes.
You owe me for Indy. We're gonna.
Who did I go with for Indy? Who did I go with for Indy? I can't remember.
You went with John Jewett.
Oh yeah.
You said Caucasian dry, and I said African shape.
Yeah, you did, and I lost. Caucasian dry, I lost this time.
Yeah, you ended up in third. That was surprising. He ended up in third.
I was very surprised. Like I get it because it's like pick and mix. They're all very different, and you just go with whatever. Like they weren't similar in any aspect, so it's only going to be one way or the other. It can't be like.
I thought Nathan Epler was very, very good though.
I thought he was. He's a great. I think he's a little bit slight in the arms still.
Yeah.
But quads make up for it. The back makes up for it. The glutes make up for it. He obviously knows. Listen, I'm not saying anything he doesn't know. So there's certain areas obviously need improvement on everybody. But he looks fucking good.
Well, the nice thing about Epler is he's still new, so he's got a lot of time to improve.
Exactly. So anything I say means nothing. So
what's going on with you guys, Ben? How are you this week?
I'm good. I'm dropping weight.
Oh, that's right. You're prepping. You said that's right. You said you've been stuck at like 286. So your hair looks great, James. I love when you comb that. It's like
a little bit.
It's like Homer Simpson. You just have like the 3 hairs on top.
No. Listen, I'm not trying to interrupt. It's better in the flesh.
But the beard is well shaped. The beard is well shaped now. So
the beard looks good. Yeah,
I like the beard now. It's not as wild.
What? So Ben, you're dieting, and you said you're having some trouble dropping weight, or what?
I was stuck for like 3 weeks at like 285, and now I was 275 this morning, but we didn't change nearly anything. We just waited.
Your body just decided to catch that happens.
My body kind of just caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, we were because my knee-jerk reaction was like, freak out, let's pull some more food out, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
but
so
are you sticking, Ben? Can you see us, Ben, or no?
Yeah.
I
mean, you're very pixely and in and out, but you're good.
Well, we'll try and get through the episode.
I'm trying to stay calm over here. I'm trying to stay very level and calm. Don't worry.
I'm waiting for you to snap. It's going to be great. It's going to be great footage.
No.
That's weird though. That happens sometimes though when you're prepping. Like your weight can be stuck, and then all of a sudden it can just move even without changing much.
I don't know why that is. I wouldn't even know why.
But you've had that happen, right, James? Where you just like kind of wait and things just kind of start going all of a sudden?
Yeah, definitely. Especially closer to a show, you know, get to like 4 weeks out and you're like, oh shit, I better hurry up. But then before you know it, your weight's running away from you. It goes the other way.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. It's, like, it is important to not overreact to that as well, you know?
Yeah. What did you guys think of? So what did you guys think of New York? We didn't talk about the placings, everything. You thought everybody landed where they should?
I do. I feel like it's a very fairly judged show, to be fair. I think, you know, Nick brought everything that Justin had, but with even more detail and size. Like, he kind of, I know he had more muscle than everybody. He was in as good shape, if not better than everybody.
Yeah.
What else can you do? What else can you do?
Yeah. I mean, he definitely had a wow factor. Like, to bring that much muscle with that kind of conditioning is not, it doesn't happen very often.
No. And you know what?
I mean,
the main thing with Nick was his presentation improvements in a year.
Yeah. I mean, I told him that, and I'm not trying to take credit by any means, but after his last show, I said to him all along, I said, look, you need to change the way you pose, because you're stretching out your stomach and it's making you look long in the belly. And when he made those changes, it just totally changed the way his physique looked all of a sudden.
Do you know what? The thing is as well, to be able to pull off not stretching, like, you've got to be a big guy. That shows you how big he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's when it becomes hard to pop your lats out and show your width. But the fact that he can crunch the abs down and still have that dramatic size shows just how much muscle the guy has.
Yeah. What did you think, Ben?
Do you know what? It's funny because we did the live thing, right? Having gone back and seen the pictures, I'm even more impressed with Nick.
Yeah.
The level of detail, the condition, I wasn't even close. He made everyone else look so far off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he was so undeniable in every shot. And I know we had this discussion on there, especially those front shots, because Justin's flow is pretty on these front shots. But yeah. Jesus, Nick is just Nick's just so dominant on every shot. So
it's funny because
I was very impressed.
Like James said, his conditioning was so good, he made Justin look softer. Like, Justin looked like he was off, even though he wasn't. You know what I mean?
You know, like, it's things like the separation in the quads as well that Nick had. Justin, although he was very lean, didn't have the same level of separation as Nick, and that's that's what gets you the win at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I agree. The separation in his abs actually blew me away a bit. Because I said this to Nick when we were on the podcast earlier in the week. I said, even though Nick's stomach is kind of like his weak point, because it was so shredded and the conditioning was so good and his abs were just blocky and separated, and Justin's stomach actually looked like a little bit washed out. Yeah,
and his is good.
Yeah.
Because they both not got the smallest midsection, but they both have great development of the midsection.
Yeah.
So, because that's all you can do. Listen, at the end of the day, you're not going to change the size of your midsection, but the best thing you can do is make it absolutely muscular and detailed. So, like you just said there, what Nick's done is he's done the best with a worse situation. He's made that midsection just incredibly granite and ripped. And you look at it and you're like, wow, it's amazing. Because the muscle stands out before the width.
You know what's funny? I never thought of it that way. Do you think that's the key? Is like, if you have a bigger waist, because like I have a wider waist. I've always had a wider waist since the very beginning. Do you think the key for guys with like a little bit wider waist or a little bit bigger stuff is like really carve in those abs, really etch in the detail?
Without a doubt, just make it freakishly conditioned, because then, although the eye is going to be drawn to it for the size of it, it's also going to be drawn for the detail, and then the detail might even override a little bit of your primary sense to say it's wide.
Yeah. And I think it's funny you said. I think that's what happened to Nick, because his abs were so blocky and so separated that you no longer were looking at the width of his stomach. You were stuck looking at the detail of how it was set up.
Absolutely. And do you know the funny thing is as well? If you actually look at when Nick used to stretch his stomach out, you could argue that his hips and waist actually did look smaller.
Yeah.
But it didn't help, did it? It didn't help, did it?
No.
So it just goes. That's what, like, we've just proven a point there that those adjustments in his posing, although it doesn't necessarily show his waist for the smallest it could be, the detail in it and contracting the abs has like just blown people away. It was just so crazy. Like the muscularity in that abs section, midsection was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is this. I think Nick has for a shorter guy, Nick actually has a pretty long torso.
Yes.
And
because he hasn't got long legs.
And his legs are shorter. So I think when he was stretching out his stomach, it made his stomach look more narrow. But it just took up so much room in his body because his legs look even shorter.
Yeah, it's the ratio of like how much of you is torso, how much of you is leg. And if you stretch too much and your torso is long, it makes that 2/3 of the body look like it's all torso.
That's right.
And it's off-putting.
I think that's what happened. So I think, his posing, I mean, his conditioning was awesome. And yes, he put some more muscle on in some certain places, but I think his posing was the most dramatic difference for him.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think he did. I think that's something that then listeners should take into account is how much you can change your placings just on presentation efforts alone, you know?
Yeah, I think people forget a lot of times that a lot of it is illusion.
Yeah.
If you can create a better illusion, you don't necessarily have to be bigger. You might just have to be able to change the way you look by posing differently. So that's something a lot of us don't think of. We're like always trying to pack on more size in certain areas. We don't ever think of maybe just changing the way we flow or the way we show it.
Exactly.
So I don't know how to say his name properly, but Michael Krizo.
Oh yeah. He's had it with me before. Me and him have had a swing back and forth.
He's attacking Nick and the IFBB now and everybody. So what do you think about that? Is he just trying to drum up some press for himself, or do you think he could actually compete?
I think he should. I think he's an amazing bodybuilder. I'm not going to deny. I think he's an incredible bodybuilder. Even after he took shots at me, then I took shots back and called him a pencil neck. I still said, I still said he's incredible, and he still is incredible. You know, it was banter back and forth. I don't mind sending a few shots, but you cannot deny the guy's amazing. Like he's definitely he's IFBB Pro quality for sure.
So for those of you watching, I'm on Buys and Tries Instagram page. He kind of covers all this stuff. This was the kind of jawing, going back and forth between Michael Krizo and didn't go back and forth. I don't think Nick ever said anything back, but it's very simple. I don't think we need to have this kind of debate. I think if he just gets his pro card, we can find out.
Yes, yeah. Just come over to the IFBB. Just come do a show, then we'll know exactly how it stands.
What do you think? I know it's just a game we're playing, but what do you think? Where do you think he would place it if he did New York? Do you think he would beat Justin, or I don't think he can beat Nick.
No, I think because the lats, I think Nick would have him. And some of the condition issues, like maybe like through that midsection, like Nick's midsection's so good. He's a little bit washed out, Krizo in the midsection. Krizo probably could have been like third.
Yeah, I think he can maybe been in front of Hassan, only because Hassan's conditioning
just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, his conditioning wasn't bang on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be a great bodybuilder. He is a great bodybuilder. I think if you're gonna talk shit, then you should just come over.
Absolutely.
And then you can find out really easily.
You can't deny that. The one thing that's so impressive about him is his arms. Oh
no, he's got a great physique. I've actually considered bringing him over to Hosstile. I just don't. I think if he's an IFBB competitor, it's better because you just come over and you find out what you're really made of. I think the best guys in the world are in the IFBB, and I think that's where you should be if you want to. You really want to make a statement.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
There are a couple of good guys. Over there, like that Pete Molnar as well.
Peter Molnar. Yeah, I think there's some great guys.
I think he's probably got some of the best arms, period, in all.
Well, Molnar's now, obviously he's actually now qualified for our Olympia, hasn't he?
Well, I think Peter Molnar has probably one of the best physiques in the world.
His side, I don't know. His side tricep is one of the wackiest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. So this is Peter Molnar. For those of you who don't know, this is his Instagram page, Peter Molnar Official. Look at this. This is his muscle set. I remember when I used to work for Thiccc, he was sponsored by one of the other European companies, and he would be in the gym training, like with us all in the not with us, but in the same area.
Yeah.
And I was always just blown away by his physique and the way his muscle fits together, the separation. Like he almost, nobody take this for, I actually think he is, but he almost looks natural. Like,
I know.
You know, natural guys get that really, like, you can see every
Right.
every line, every
fiber.
Yeah.
Deltoid striations. There's no scar tissue almost preventing the detail.
Yeah, he almost looks like a natural guy the way he gets in condition.
Yeah.
And his stomach is really small and shit. And I'm like, maybe he doesn't use a lot of drugs. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's part of it.
I
But
don't reckon. It's hard to say. Listen, I know some people, no matter what you say, someone's going to call you a clown for saying someone probably doesn't take a lot of drugs. But from the experience of us three here talking, and we've been in the industry for quite a while, from the look of him there, I can't see that being a heavily abused physique.
And from me seeing him in the off season and stuff, I don't think so either. Like, I've never seen him, you know, going back and forth with Thiccc. I was with them for 4 years, and I would go back and forth to Europe, and I would see him on numerous occasions. I never saw him blown out, really watery or like really heavy. He always kind of had this shape.
Yes.
So it almost feels like it's more genetic than anything.
He reminds me. He's got like the same sort of muscle as Doug Miller.
Yes, that's what I think of when I see him. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a very good physique. Like, there's no weak points. Like, good lats, good legs, tiny waist, great arms.
Yeah, he's good. Excellent. I used to look at him a lot when I was like coming up, because he was floating around the scene doing some of like he was doing like PCA and NABBA and stuff, like other stuff before he came over to IFBB.
Yeah. Look at this transformation. Well, what do you guys think how do you think he's gonna do in Classic?
Do you know what? It's going to be one or the other. It's either going to be a Wesley Visit situation where he looks amazing, but for some reason just doesn't get placed, or
no, I don't think so.
Or he's going to literally wipe the floor with a lot of people. It's one or the other, isn't it?
Wesley Vissers has a great physique, but there's something about it that isn't helping him.
What do you think it is?
I don't. It's almost too boxy.
It's quite square angles.
It's a very square physique, like, not in a bad way. I don't know how to put it, but it's a boxier physique. It doesn't flow like a Terrence Ruffins physique does. Whereas I think this physique flows really well.
Yeah, so, I feel like he looks like Wesley but round.
Yeah, which is more closer to a Terrence Ruffin. Like, when I look at him, I see a Terrence Ruffin similarity.
Yeah, look at the tricep, mate. Like Ben said.
The side tricep is bananas.
I know, this is crazy. Well, all right. Well, good for him. I don't know. We gave him a huge plug on the show, so I don't know.
Yeah, man. Some of these European guys just nuts.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't want to make it seem like we were shitting on that out of federation.
No, some of them are amazing. Like the top three in that federation that consistently place in the top three are amazing. I can't remember the name of the other two, but there's two more gentlemen, and they are really, really good as well.
Sean Trevernier was wiping the floor with everyone last year or the year before.
Dude, I remember that guy.
Oh my god, Sean Trevernier should have been on. He should have been stood next to Flex Lewis on that 212.
Wasn't
stage.
he was IFBB for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think some I don't know. I don't know the exact thing, but I think there's some political things that went on, and he's not with them anymore. I don't know.
Dude, I remember that guy's physique is fucking amazing.
Sean got 5th at the Olympia the one time he did it, and Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. That guy is that guy would have made a huge impact.
I saw Sean Treverlier's first show.
Let me see.
First ever show. He was like 32 years old, and he wiped the floor.
Look at that physique. He was from the UK, right?
Yeah.
But 212, that guy should have been stood.
Look at this physique.
Top 2, top 3 at the Olympia.
Yeah, look at the width, density.
He's like a Jack Kevin Hart.
Literally. You know what, as well though, Fouad? He's like one of the nicest people.
I think I remember I was following him for a little while. I remember him like.
You probably were, man. Look at the front double. Oh, look at that.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, just the thickness.
Yeah,
like the density on the muscle. He's like. There was a group. Sorry,
you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
I just thought of that. What's that guy's name? He went by Batman back in the 90s. Shit.
Aaron Baker.
Aaron Baker. He reminds me of a shorter version of Aaron Baker.
I liked Aaron Baker's physique. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
So Sean was like one of the last of the OG. There's a gym in London, Bustleworks. Yeah. So you had all the pros come out of there that we had, which were like Ian Wadley, JD Dewadu, Jamo Neza. He was like the last physique to come out of England, like who had that look, that big, thick, dense, kind of round. Yeah, he was like the last of that breed. Yeah, that was an amateur. He was an amateur there doing Arnold's.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't look like this.
No.
Crazy. So you think if that Michael guy did it, he would have been third?
I think so. He would have been definitely pushing that top 4 or 5.
Hey, let me ask you. You think Nick is getting like a Jay Cutler vibe about him?
Probably only the hair.
No. I don't mean the physique. There's something about Nick's personality.
Yeah.
That is Jay Cutler like.
I think they speak quite similar, like a little bit like not robotic. I don't mean to be rude, but there's a
monotone.
yeah, but like a good monotone, not a bad monotone, like I don't know. They're just straight with their words. They don't beat around the bush.
Yeah.
He's got definitely good qualities about him that could be.
But I feel like they're both very. I feel like Jay and Nick both have a very positive attitude.
Yeah.
Very positive people, very confident people, but they don't have an arrogance about them.
No.
So
you're hard pressed to find people that dislike them.
Yeah, it's weird though, because usually when people have that much confidence, it's hard to walk that line between confidence and arrogance.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I think of Jay and when I think of Nick, even when they say like when Nick's like, I'm going to win the Olympia, it's like it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I totally get it with him. I think if you did a poll of people that dislike Nick, it'd be like 1%. Like same with Jay Cutler. I've never honestly found anybody that says they don't like Jay Cutler.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Ever.
I wonder what that is though.
James, you like him even more now after that message I sent you.
Why? What did he say?
He dropped me. Oh yeah, he was just not. I don't know, Ben. What did he say? He was quite nice.
So this is when I was in Tennessee, right? And we were going through like what shows are coming up, and obviously Nick and Hassan and Justin and this one and that one, and how they're going to do it at the Olympia. And then Jay just stops like midway through and goes, "Well, we're kind of forgetting that this James Hollingshead will beat all of these guys we're talking about."
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What's I have to do now? Shit, I got some pressure.
It's the pressure, James. You got the man. The man's talking about you.
I know, man. And that day, it's funny because Ben said that day, actually, Jay, I made my day because he actually sent me a private message just saying, hope's all well. And I was just like, thank you. I was really blown away, to be honest, because I don't expect that. So,
you know what I think is really cool, even though we're kind of all like, I'm a veteran of the sport. You know, James, you've been around for long enough now. You know, Ben, you've been around for long enough. You've been around everything. And for some reason, we still look at Jay like he's on this like pedestal.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, no matter how long I bodybuild for, Jay will always be like here.
Yeah, and rightly so. Rightly so.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But the thing is, go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say he's the only person that even now, when I'm talking to him, I'm nervous. I'm like, it's Jay Cutler. Like it's the only person, and I've met everyone, and I'm like, no, it's like Flex there, and Flex and I are like chatting and just having a laugh and joking around, and then Jay says something. I'm like, oh, it's Jay. Oh shit. Don't say anything. That's like he has this like.
When Jay talks to you, you're like, don't say something stupid. Don't say something stupid. Like, make sure say something intelligent.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny. He has that effect on people, I think. What is it that does that though? Why James, why do Nick and Jay get away with? I mean, I don't think Jay ever talked like Nick. Nick is a different story, but how does, somebody told me a long time, don't be vanilla. They said, don't be vanilla. It's kind of that common saying that goes, stand for something or stand for nothing.
Yeah.
And I always thought to myself, it's better to stand for something and have 50% of the people hate you and 50% of the people at least remember you than stand for nothing and have everybody just not know who the fuck you are.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of the approach I've taken in my life, is stand for something or just nobody's going to remember who the fuck you were. Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is though, Jay always seems to walk a line without ever taking a stand on anything, but is still remembered as, he's always going to be remembered. He's always going to be a household name. So how did Jay get away with being vanilla and still being okay with it? Like people still being cool with it?
I don't know. Because it's like Jay's legacy almost. I feel like Jay got more popular when he came back and won in 2009. Like, yeah, there wasn't the same Jay following before that, because I was around, like I was watching. He was popular, but the 2009 comeback seemed to like, I don't know, it like lit the fire for Jay fans. and multiplied them by the millions. Like, because honestly, before like 2005 and 6, I remember like Jay being popular, but it weren't like post Haney Rambod period.
I think that's not his doing though. I think people, and
Is
this
it
is
social media?
No, I think this is my own theory. I feel like people don't like they get bored of a guy who's winning over and over again, right? And I think people got bored when Ronnie won like fucking 8 times, and then people saw Jay win the first 3, and then they were like, okay, like, is this going to happen again? Because then he beat Victor, and that was controversial. So
that's why I think his fan base wasn't that strong at the time.
No, I agree, right? So when he actually lost to Dexter, I think people wanted to see him come back, and I think that's actually, I think just the way everything played out is actually what elevated him. I don't think anything he did necessarily, like personality wise. I think it was the way the competitions played out that made people kind of jump back on the bandwagon, and then it brought a bunch of new people with them.
I reckon so. I reckon in 08, if you were to ask Jay, I don't know if this is true, but in 08, if you were to ask him where his fan base was in numbers, I bet 08, I actually reckon there were a lot of people who wanted him to lose.
Yeah.
And
well,
then
because in 07, I think people felt like he got a gift. So I think people were happy.
And then the 09 coming back like from scratch, that is just something that, like, I don't know, the respect was earned, wasn't it? The respect, like, not that you needed it, because you should respect him anyway. He's already an Olympian and a winner. But it certainly seemed to like send a shockwave out to the world where people were like, wow, Jay's the real deal. First man to lose the Olympia and come back and win it.
Well, it wasn't only that. That's what I was going to ask. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say that's what I was going to ask. Like, how many people have actually done that? Have lost it and got it back?
None.
Just Jay.
But I think it.
I have a lot of value in that. I think people.
Sorry, Ben, you're on a delay, so I apologize if I'm interrupting you at all. You get that? No? Okay. Anyway,
you carry on.
I think I think not only did he come back and win it, he came back and he was like significantly better than when he left.
He shut the door.
Yeah. James, you said something else. Social media probably had a big part to do with it too, right? Because all of a sudden you have Instagram and shit. It's like,
I think 09 was probably like when like Facebook, the world started getting more connected for sure. And bodybuilding, although not mainstream, certainly was more out there than it was prior to that. Because it was literally just magazines in 04, 05, 06. Then things started to change. So I think it was just at the right time. Like you said, Phil Heath had to deal with social media for the bad and the good. Yeah. But Jay just stuck in there, right near the beginning off the back of a win.
Yeah.
And a comeback. So
I have this theory about Jay's career as well. I think Jay did the long, slow approach. Like Jay's known for traveling and being at all the different expos and all the different store openings and all these things. And he's also known for being like the first guy there and the last guy to leave. Yeah. So I have a theory that he basically won over each fan one by one. Yeah. Just by meeting them, being in so many different places and meeting so many hundreds of fans and like shaking all the hands and being there till the end. And those words get around too. When you meet somebody at an expo, and they go tell their friends, Jay waited till the very end and I met him and he stuck around and he talked to me for 5 minutes, and like those things start to get around. And I think that's how Jay built a lot of his personality, his character that people remember him for.
Yeah. He was out there on the field.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not bullshit like made on social media. He was out there like meeting everybody.
Literally.
Yeah. Huh.
One of a kind, really. One of a kind.
Yeah. So I want to get into another topic real quick. Just you guys see what's going on with Guy Cisternino right now?
I didn't even have a fucking clue till like today. So I only saw it because I was like literally doing my cardio this morning and a fucking video came up, more plates, more dates. And it was Guy, and I thought I'd watch it. And I wasn't surprised because it's Guy.
But so this thing has it's been on every YouTube channel out there. And some of them have like 1 million views and shit. Like people have gone a little bit crazy, I think.
I don't know why.
And it's funny because I feel like it's part of like cancel culture. You know how because I got a whole bunch of DMs and people are like, we want him to apologize. He should apologize. And I'm like,
Fuck off.
He sorted it out already with the guy that he had the altercation with.
It's his own issue, not ours.
Yeah, it's just, he doesn't have to go on YouTube and say sorry to the world. Like, not to mention, nothing happened. Nobody got in a fight. He yelled at somebody. Probably not the best approach, but I'm like, it's a fucking gym. Everybody's geared up to their gills. One guy freaks out, the other guy freaked out back, and it's all over. Like,
yeah, man. And like you said, I'm sure in between times, guys like, you know what, chaps, sorry, I was a little bit heated. You know, I was trying to focus on my fucking set, blah, blah, blah. Not best approach, but, you know, apologies, blah, blah, blah.
I just don't understand how this thing is blown. Like, this is not the first time somebody at a gym has freaked the fuck out.
Mate, I see worse in my gym nearly daily. Like, I've had 6'6" geezers go up to other geezers and knock your fucking teeth out. And I've had to like jump in between them and the other person from pulling a dumbbell and putting it around their head. It's like, that's normal. Like, I don't know what it's like everyone gets, what's the word? Everything's exaggerated, and like, when it comes to like social media, everything's like exemplified to be much more dramatic than it is dramatized.
Yeah.
This shit's daily occurrences. Why does it have to be on everyone's channel? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Listen, imagine if there was a camera in Metroflex in Arlington, because I've heard a couple of stories from
so have I. Yeah.
Like this shit, like you say, your regular daily occurrence, and then some. These guys would be having brawls out in the fucking car park.
It happens. They say it's a gym. Like, everyone's like testosterone through the roof. Oh. There's women in there that men are trying to show off to because you're pumping your chest up. You're like, if it's going to happen anyway, it's going to happen in the gym sometimes. Oh well.
I just don't. I can't imagine. Like, people are commenting on the video with Guy in it, and they're like, on the last bro chat we did, and they're like, I'm going to burn all my Quadro clothing, and I'm not going to follow. I'm not going to follow him anymore, and I can't believe he did that. And I'm like, did what?
If you're that precious, burn it and shut up and go away.
Yeah.
Go watch.
Of all the people you follow, if you are a fan of him, you're not surprised that this happened. Surely, it's Guy. Like, that's exactly what I expect. He sent me the video, and I was just laughing. I'm like, yeah, that's Guy. Like, it's just I'm not surprised by that.
I don't know, man. Look, and then it gets into a deeper. So let's put that aside. We all think it's obviously fucking pointless. Like, I've seen shit like this. I've done shit like that myself. Listen, Paul is the nicest guy in the fucking world. Paul has actually done that exact thing that Guy did. Because I told the story on the last podcast. There's a bunch of guys training, a bunch of guys fucking around right in front of us when we were doing hack squats. And Paul, the nicest human on earth, got off the hack squat and he's like, can you guys fucking do that somewhere else? And they left. The kids left. And I'm like, it's not. So I guess it gets into a deeper conversation of gym etiquette, like what's okay and what's not okay. You know, like, I watched that More Plates, More Dates video, and he's like, well, there's also gym etiquette about, like, you know, what about you grunting and all the swearing and stuff like that? And I'm like, well, Destination Dallas is kind of a hardcore gym. Like, you're allowed to grunt and swear, and you know what I mean? It's not a fucking. It's
that where it happened? Was it Destination?
Yeah, it was at Destination.
Yeah. And look, you go into Destination, there's always guys with their tops off training still. Like, it's all things.
So, you know, it's a hardcore gym, yeah. So if we're gonna get into etiquette, if you walk into a hardcore gym, you're gonna expect people to be swearing, you expect people to be grunting, you expect people to be sweating all over the fucking equipment. You probably should wipe it down, but regardless, it's like those things are all part of being at a hardcore gym. They may be dropping weights, dropping dumbbells, like that's part of the hardcore gym etiquette. But if you walk into a hardcore gym, you don't expect people to be fucking around like while you're trying to train.
But the other thing is, he had a film crew right next to him filming that set.
Yeah.
So I would already be like, "Oh, boys, let's not get in the shot like this. Like, they're filming. Let's like just stand outside."
Yeah.
You know,
that's
just logic and common sense.
Well, I watched like I said, I watched the More Plates, More Dates video, and he also got into, well, you know, Guy was in a hack squat, and if you're in a hack squat, you're safe. No one's going to bump into you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not really the point.
Yeah, that's besides the point.
If I'm, listen, it doesn't matter if you're a pro or an amateur or you're just starting. If I'm walking by a guy, like if he's doing hack squats and let's say me and Paul are talking, right? If a guy sits into his hack squat for his heavy set, doesn't matter what the weight is, could be 2 plates, could be 6 plates. If I know that guy's like heavy set, I'm probably going to tell Paul, let's go talk over there. Let's go over there and talk and figure out whatever we're going to figure. I'm not going to stand right in front of his platform and talk. And I'm especially not going to stand right in front of his platform and fuck around and laugh. And like, it's just not, I don't think that's proper gym etiquette. It doesn't mean,
you know what happens?
It doesn't mean it's okay for a guy to get up and like fucking yell at them, because men are men and they're going to yell back. But at the same time, if we're talking about strictly gym etiquette, that's not the place, man.
Do you know what happens at King's if you're doing a set like the guy was doing? You get a group of people coming around and cheering you on.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what that's what it should fucking be.
Yeah.
Like we're all aware of each other's efforts. Like in the gym, like I did a set the other day when I was doing some safety bar squat, and literally a quarter of the gym came over and just got behind me and was like, "Come, let's get it."
Yeah.
Like that's like, you know, when you're in a gym, especially like Dallas, that destination where there's a lot of people whose careers are to train, you've got to be a little bit aware of that. Like these guys are literally earning their bread and butter from being people that train. It's not just casual shit. If your shit's casual and you come to the gym and you want to have a laugh on that, no worries about that. But keep the volume down. Don't cross paths with people who are literally doing this to earn bread. Like that's the way I look at it.
Well, their argument is, well, it's a public gym, and if you're doing it to earn bread, then you should do it after hours or when the gym is closed or whatever. And I feel like they have a point, but it's just proper etiquette. Like, just don't be an ass.
But like, I don't know what exactly happened.
Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, I'd say Guy would be more in the wrong if he'd have just escalated to the end point, but he didn't. He'd already addressed them like in between reps, right? He's like, guys, can you fuck off and go somewhere else? At that point, I even said to Denise, I was like, if someone did that mid-set, I'd be like, I'm sorry, dude. Like,
I'd get out of the way. Yeah.
But so guys like, hey man, I've got an issue. You standing there. Can you rectify it? Like, fuck off. And you just go, yeah, sorry, and figure it out after. But they didn't. They answered him back in the set. So then it escalated. It escalated by their response to it and their lack of respect after. So yes, they might not have been thinking the first time, but once he tells them and highlights, hey, you're right in my way. You need to move when I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yep, my bad. I didn't think. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's more, Guy's very aggressive, and so he yelled. So I think when he yelled, if you're a guy and somebody yells at you, your first inclination is to go, fuck you. Like,
of course.
Like, who are you to yell at me, right? But I think even before he yelled, if I see a guy getting ready for a set that I think is going to be hard for him, I don't know. I see it all the time, man. Like, look, I'll be on the squat rack or on a Smith machine, for example, right? Whatever exercise I'm doing, and somebody will come grab a weight off the rack. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in the middle of a set. And yes, you grabbing that plate off the edge of the Smith machine is not going to affect me. I can still do my set, but it's just something that you're now I'm like, I see it, right? And I'm like, you should just wait. Like, gym etiquette is for you to wait till the guy's done his set. You know what I do? Listen, James, this is how bad this is how bad it is. Listen to this. There's a girl on a squat rack the other day doing like 25 pounds on each side on the Smith machine, and she was doing hip thrusts with the bench. There was like 6 plates on either side, like racked up on the Smith machine on the rails, right? I still walked over to her after she was done her set, and I said, "Hey, do you mind if I take a plate?" Because I needed one for the leg press.
Of course.
And she looked at me like I was retarded for asking her, because she's obviously not going to use all 6 plates.
No, but it's etiquette, like you say.
It's just etiquette. It's just like, it's not. I don't care if you're smaller than me, if you're a girl, if I think you're going to use the weight or not use the weight. It's just polite to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's two things here. Two things. Imagine watching Blood and Guts, Dorian Yates. Imagine some fucker walking across the room and taking a weight. Imagine someone taking a weight off of Dorian's stack or near it. What would he have done? Like, listen, that wouldn't have ended well. But, and two, we can. Everyone can be like, oh, if Guy shouted at me, I'd be like, yeah, like fuck off as well. But the problem is he shouldn't even got to that point. Like, the people shouldn't have let it get to the point where Guy said the secondary part, which was after he already said, guys, cut out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's very easy to attack Guy right now and be like, yeah, he's an aggressive arsehole, wanker, blah, blah, whatever. But truth of the matter is, he did say, guys, cut it out. And that's when it should have ended. But it didn't. And then, yes, he did get aggressive. But this is not a big dick game. Who can fucking shout at who and who can blah, blah, blah. It's just about, like you say, it's just about etiquette at the end of the day. So anyone that's like, anyone right now that's one of them people who's like, I'll burn Quadro's stuff because he's bad, like, just fuck him.
Yeah.
I said to Guy, They wouldn't have answered you back if you were in open class.
No, exactly. Exactly. They wouldn't have.
And then, so actually, it's Guy's fault. For,
It is guys.
and he only had 5 fucking plates on there, so they probably didn't think it was a hard set. So there's that to it too.
Yeah, but 5 plates on the right hack is hard. No,
And for a 212.
5 plates on.
I did the same. I did that exact hack on Friday with 8 and for way more reps. So
yeah, but
off.
he was. But wait a minute, I'm going to defend Guy because he was doing 1.5s. 1.5s are harder. You guys know 1.5.
That wasn't a half rep. That was all the way up for him.
No.
His legs are just short.
Come on.
No, man, he was doing 1.5s. Come on, man. Don't shit on him.
I'd give it. I'm not taking anything away from Guy.
I also joked and said, imagine if they'd done that to Branch.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what should have happened. That would be a good video.
They wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have done it to Branch.
Look, man, whether it's right, this is how I ultimately feel about it. Whether it's right or wrong, I feel like people are being fucking retarded. It's like a guy yelled at a couple other guys in the gym. Get over it.
Happens every day, every minute.
Yeah, people have been messaging me about it. I'm like, literally, I sent a whole bunch of people back messages saying, just get over it, man. It's like, it's not a big deal. Like, and I know we've been talking about it for 10 minutes, but we're only talking about it for 10 minutes because I'm trying to defend my friend because I think people have gone fucking off the deep end because of something that's like, doesn't even register on the fucking radar of important shit. So I don't know. Maybe that's how boring bodybuilding is. They just need something to
it is
drum up some fucking interest.
Well, I was thinking that, but most places are out of lockdown now, so it's not that interesting. Like, get on. Like a year ago, this is fine. You can drum up some drama because there's nothing fucking going on in the world. But move on, get a hobby.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, James, where are you in your prep, man? When do you start?
What we're about? I swear, it's like 20 weeks out now. It's not even long. 19 weeks or something.
Man, I feel like it was just yesterday we started talking about you qualifying. Now you're 20 weeks.
I know. That's what it's freaked me out. Like just hearing that number because once you start counting down those, that's not a big number, is it? 20 or 19, whatever.
It'll go by quick. Yeah.
So I know we're same spot I was last week. Really, we're just holding everything right now, and then I don't know.
What do you make about all the talk of Nick being like top 5 at the O, and how do you think?
It's absolutely possible.
How do you think you fare? How do you think you fare sitting next to Nick?
I don't know. Totally different physique. So, like, I will stand next to anyone. Listen, last year I was doing Spain and Rami was meant to do it, and I didn't give a shit. I was like, bring it. I don't give a fuck. And he went on to win the Olympia. So that shows where my head's up. Nick's amazing. Never discredit how amazing he is. I think it would come down to just preference of judges, like who likes what. It's like, I said this to my physio earlier. Bodybuilding is not clear cut and there is no set rule. And sometimes no one's actually better than anyone. You're just different. And what will happen is that on that day, that's the particular look that you go for. I don't look like Nick. Nick don't look like me. He doesn't look like the other guys. Who's better? I don't know. I wouldn't even say who's better because I really think bodybuilding is hard to say who's better unless it's as clear as cut as Ronnie Coleman in 1998. I feel confident standing next to anybody that's in the lineup currently, put it that way. I've seen everyone that's qualified. Mm-hmm. The person I'd be most worried about is Hadi Chapman.
Really?
Absolutely.
More than Rami?
That's the one, but no, Hadi more than Rami.
Really?
Absolutely.
Ben, what do you think about that? Is he right?
Well, his opinion is right. I mean,
it's his opinion.
If it was me, I'd be scared of. If it was me, I'd be scared of Ram. But yeah, I mean, I'm not scared, but yeah, Rami's the threat, right? But fair enough. I can see it. Hadi's dangerous everywhere.
I consider Hadi the best bodybuilder in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
From my perspective,
hang on. Well, he has to. If that's the one guy he's scared of, surely that's who he thinks is the best, right?
I'm not.
Best condition.
Wait
best
a minute.
Presentation.
I'm not arguing his opinion. It's his opinion. I'm arguing the subjectively. I'm not saying, James, you have to change your opinion. Your opinion's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm saying I disagree.
I disagree. If I was James, Hadi wouldn't be my top threat. But I agree with you.
I mean, Hadi is a top threat for James, but I don't think it's a bigger threat than Rami.
That's what I mean. He's not my number one top threat.
I look at it from a consistency standpoint.
That would have been my biggest.
Analyze the physique standpoint. There's things. Rami's got more holes, I think, than Hadi.
No,
I think so.
I'll give you the consistency.
Yeah, it's James is right. It's the consistency.
I'll
thing.
give you the
That's-
consistency argument, that for sure.
I can pick Ramy apart.
I only see one hole in Remy's physique, and that's his back double, his lower lats. I mean, yes, you could say things like, well, he needs more separation to quads, blah blah blah. You could start to really get into the nitty gritty, but like that stuff is they kind of oversee that shit. They kind of overcome that stuff. They don't really like fault him for it. I think the lower lat is the biggest hole.
Listen, I'm going to say this now. I love Ramy. I've met him, lovely guy. I'm not going to.
Yeah, this isn't personal.
He's an amazing Mr. O, but I've got to like say what I say. You know, I've got to stick by myself. And
say it.
If I had a poster on the wall of Huddy and Ramy, the one that I would look at and be like, I can see more gaps in their physique would definitely be Ramy.
In 2D, yes. In 3D, no.
Even in 3D, I've watched Ramy compete at the Arnold.
Okay, give me a hole other than lower lats.
Calves.
Those don't count. Nobody cares.
They do for me. Shape of for me. It's the shape.
Ben agrees. Ben agrees with me. Calves don't count.
For me, it's also like things, small things like the glute shape versus where they tie into the leg. Huddy's got a superior glute to leg shape. Lower lat. Huddy's got better insertion on his lower lats. Huddy's got more detail in the thighs. Like there's just things, man. Listen.
You just mentioned the two things I mentioned already. Yes, the detail in the thighs, yes, and the lower lats, yes. I'll give you those.
He's proportionally more balanced, in my opinion.
How do you spell his last name?
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Look on my mail box. Thank you. What do you think about you know me, in my opinion, yeah? I think Huddy's the more threatening bodybuilder to compete against than Ramy.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Why would you say that as well? Like, not being rude, but why would you say that?
Because Ramy is so different. His entire stature is so different than everyone else.
Yeah.
And Hardy, you can compare it on condition, separation. There's points in his physique that you can compare others to.
But why would you say that Huddy's more of a threat? Because I just think all around he's a more class bodybuilder, like, without being rude. I just think he's like, if I think bodybuilding and I think about the separation, detail, the shape.
By the way, his calves aren't that great.
Wait.
And then James beats him.
Then I beat him as well, then, don't I? Huddy's coming third.
You said calves, and I'm looking.
His calves, listen, get a back double up, and his calves are more they're more balanced to his thighs than I would say Ramy's.
Well, that's only because Ramy's quads are 50 inches around.
They're too big. They're too big.
They are too big.
Too big.
You can't be too big. No, man, no.
That's a bad shot.
It's got a wider midsection. You know,
bare abs.
Yeah, but wider midsection.
Listen, remember what we said about Nick earlier about which doesn't matter if your abs are good.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. Yeah, but when you're standing next to Ramy,
Huddy's shoulders is too suspect for me. They're fake. They're
fake.
Huddy, you're fake. We love you, really.
Look at the proportions. Look at the proportions. It's not even.
What year is that?
That's this last year.
I don't think that is.
Oh no, it's not. What year is this? Arnold. That's Arnold's.
Yep.
His legs are better.
His legs are better there. Yannicka said.
Look at this, James. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a side shot. That's his best shot. That's his best shot.
They're all his best shot. Look at his front shot.
That's an old shot.
No, it's not. He's standing next to Phil. This is at the Olympia.
And he's better now.
That's not this Olympia, trust me.
Yeah,
I know that was fun. I 100% know that's not this Olympia.
Dude, it's the same background.
It's not. That's an old Olympia.
No, this is the same background. He's standing with Phil.
Yeah, but it's that's an older Phil. That's not this Phil.
No, that's this year's Phil.
No, it's not. Trust me, it's not. I guarantee.
What year is this then? What year Phil is this? Look at the stomach.
But that's going to be like 15 or something. That's like 15 Phil. Listen, man, I know my physiques, bro.
Dude, look at this. Look at the proportions here.
Too big. Quad's too big.
No, it's not. It's not. Are you crazy?
No.
Yeah, it throws the physique off.
Look at the shape of like Phil Heath's glutes and hams versus Ramy's. They're superior.
Well, but you're talking you're talking about Phil Heath. It's different.
Yeah, but Huddy's glutes and hams are more like Phil's.
Well, let's go.
We'll see in October, won't we?
Let's see. Well, Ramy already beat him. I don't have to. You're the one who has to make the argument, not me.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Back shots right here. There's
Yeah,
Phil.
get it large.
Phil.
It's too small. I need to see some largeness.
One
Come
second.
on.
Let's see if I
Come on, let's get it up.
Here.
Oh, it's not on video, is it? No,
1 second.
sure.
Let me see if I can find the photo. There it is. There's the front. How the fuck? You know, people tell me all the time, just do control. Plus, I don't know.
Yeah, you can do like a zoom in, can't you, with like control and arrow or something?
Yeah, I
Control
don't know.
and scroll your mouse.
No,
Control and scroll your mouse, apparently.
no, that didn't work either.
Ah.
1 second.
Huddy's second place in that shot.
Well, that's his worst shot though. That's a back double.
Yeah, you were going on like it's.
I'm looking at the glutes only. Look at his glutes are feathered all the way around.
So Huddy's.
Yeah, but why is that better? Is it just ass looks fatter? Maybe you just like fat asses.
I like big asses, bro.
maybe we're talking about two. I'm talking about bodybuilding. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I'm talking about bodybuilding.
Wait. That side tricep was just. You don't even want to compare that side tricep.
Yeah, look at this. I gotta fucking find a bigger version here.
But that is Rami's best shot.
Look at this side shot. Look at this side chest. It's killing him.
But do you know what that is? That's because Huddy holds it wrong.
You know you have an excuse for every time Hottie's losing a shot.
Look, if Huddy held that the same as Rami, he'd
look at this. Dude, look, this is not even this guy.
Yeah,
this
Hottie,
wait a minute.
James, he doesn't hold it. So that's part of his bodybuilding. Like
he will this year. He will this year after watching the podcast.
Dude, Hottie looks like Rami's little brother in this shot.
Only height wise.
No, everywhere. Is this killing him?
Rami's got better. Wait. Rami's got a better tan.
Yeah,
Rami's got a better tan.
It's the bigger bottom bodybuilder.
And Rami's got a better tan. Let's be honest. Rami's got a good finish.
Look, the beard. James only worried about the beard. That's what it is. He wants a showdown on the beard on stage.
I'm just listen. All I'm going to say is the Toronto Huddy Japan is probably the best physique I've seen in the last 5 years.
Let's see, 2020.
And if he brings that, it's dangerous, man. Sorry, I'm grinding some salt.
This is fun.
Right. We're doing this. We're going deep.
Let's see. I can't make it bigger. Fuck. All right, let's see.
That's quite.
Here, look at. It looks like his little brother.
No, he doesn't. You change shit. He doesn't look like he's a little. He's the smaller man. Yeah. Of course, he's gonna look smaller.
He's smaller everywhere. Look at the front double. Look at that, James. Come on. Look, his arms are smaller. His lats aren't as thick.
All right, this ain't the best Huddy. This wasn't the best Huddy. I have faith in Huddy. I've still got faith in Huddy.
Rami is honestly the best bodybuilder right now, bar none.
That's okay. That's okay.
In my opinion. Let's see.
I think he's amazing. And I think he's incredible. I'm glad he won. But I think if Huddy comes in like he did at the Toronto show, he's going to be more of a threat.
So this is what I'll tell you. I think Huddy has better ab detail and quad detail, but that's it in this shot. Rami is killing him everywhere else.
I don't know about that, mate.
Ben, what do you think? We need a tiebreaker.
Ben's team Rami.
I said Rami's the current man. You can't deny that. He won every fucking shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh wait, he crunched it down. Look, now he's really killing him.
What about did they do a comparison of Nick Walker to Rami?
I did. I think they did. 1 second. I want to see.
Someone did, didn't they?
You don't want to watch this anymore, James? Are you...
I'm still convinced.
You can't be. Come on.
Listen, I can't agree with you.
Why? It's not fun. It's not fun to agree. Look at that. Holy shit.
To be fair, there's not a lot in that.
What do you mean?
There's not a lot different. Like, there's not a lot in that. Like, that's close.
What are you talking? Look at his shoulder is twice the size. His chest is far thicker. His arms are probably similar. Legs not even close.
Rami's arms in the side chest are actually smaller than they should be.
Maybe. I might give you
I don't know why that is. I'm not in a rude way. I don't know why that is.
I don't know, man. I could. All right, we'll move on. Let's see.
Listen, I'm just trying to be thorough with this. Real thorough.
Me too. I'm trying. Let's see. Rami. Versus...
To be honest, though, there's not even any bodybuilder I can do this.
Let's see. Rami versus Nick Walker. Oh shit! They got Nick Walker's being compared to Dorian Yates.
That's an old one, though. That's Nick's old front double. Look.
Yeah. There's Rami.
Yeah, we need the new Nick Walker pose, the new front double.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
That's a shame.
Yeah, these are all the old ones.
All right, let me ask you the question: where do you see Nick falling at this Olympia?
Man, that's tough. I have to say, that's really tough. You know.
It's tough, but you got to answer it.
Yeah, Nick. Listen, Nick is mad at Ian because Ian didn't pick him as the winner. Are you wearing your underwear?
I've been doing posing practice.
That's okay. I've done that. No big deal.
Could have been naked.
This is the problem with the Olympia. We don't have a Nathan. Nathan, you, Sergio, Kuklo, Cedric. There's a bunch of names that weren't there. So I don't know how he'd place next to.
That's the fun. That's the fun. We'll try and guess.
All right, let's guess. So we have Rami, Hadi. I don't think he can beat these guys. Rami, Hadi, Brandon Curry. If Rolly's in shape, Rolly would be tough to beat.
Mm-hmm.
For Bonac, 5. Okay, so there's 5 people. So I think then. So now we have to go in the Ben. Can you hear all this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
what about? I mean, are we going to include Roden? Because Roden's tough out if Roden's there.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Let's go with the guys we do know that are there. So,
okay,
like I said, Rami, Hadi, Bonac, Curry. Can they all beat Nick?
I think Nick can beat Bonac.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet.
I'm saying it now. I'm calling it.
I think it's possible.
I think
it's possible.
This year, 'cause I think Bonac's starting to wane a little bit.
I think it's definitely possible. I don't know if I see it yet, though. I could see Nick beating Akeem.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good fight.
Maybe. I mean, they're both fucking massive, right? So it's like Akeem kind of washes out Nick's size. But I think Nick
out conditions.
I was going to say demonstrates better conditioning. Yeah. Okay, so are we saying there's 4 people then like that can probably beat Nick? We're saying Rami, Hadi, Curry, and anybody else that is definitely ahead still.
Oh, I even wonder.
Do you know what's interesting?
Go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say, what's interesting to me is a lot of those guys are kind of already at their pinnacle, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the trajectory that Nick is on, I expect him to be vastly improved even come the Olympics from what we just saw.
Yeah, but I have to go by what we saw in New York. I'm not going to guess what he's going to look like in the future, right?
Well, I'm guessing what he's going to look like, and I'm guessing he's going to beat Bonac. There you go.
Okay. I mean, that's definitely possible. I don't think it's not out of this world to say that.
Listen, if at the Olympia they're going to go for like mass detail, freaky conditioning, then he could be anywhere from 3rd to fucking 1st.
Yeah. Like, imagine if he won.
Who's got something he hasn't?
Rami.
What's Rami got he hasn't?
More muscle.
You think?
Yeah, and shape.
You think he's got more muscle?
Listen, I'm blown away by the size of Rami.
Yeah, because
somebody who's that big who carries those type of proportions is fucking crazy. The only thing I think Nick has on Rami is he's got some better conditioning, better detail, better conditioning,
separation.
Yeah, separation.
If you look at Nick on stage in a full lineup from like way far back, he doesn't like stick out as this massive imposing figure.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Rami on stage, you can't miss that guy. He's so enormous. I'm not saying Nick's not big. I mean, Nick's obviously one of the
no,
guys,
but you're talking about
he fits in.
You're talking about the structure of him, like how big he is structurally. Like Rami is a big man, not muscularly, but size wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rami is still the lead in the lead right now. I've rarely seen somebody that big that has those proportions. Like, when was the last time we saw somebody that big that has like a good sized waist and like has good proportions everywhere?
It doesn't come around often, does it? Let's be honest.
It's very rare. Like, the last time I think we saw that was Ronnie Coleman. And I'm not comparing him to Ronnie Coleman because Ronnie Coleman had way more separation, way more detail, but like just purely on proportions, the last time we saw that was Ronnie. So, and then, before that, I guess you could get into the Nassers and shit like that. But like,
yeah,
I don't see people that big with those type of proportions very often.
Yeah, everyone in between's had something missing. Like Marcus Rule didn't have triceps, no hamstrings, like in comparison.
Yeah.
Not being like saying none, but none in comparison.
Well, and his waist wasn't as small.
Yeah, and then Gunter didn't have the arms.
Yeah.
Like they're all big guys, but there's something not quite there. Whereas Randy's got that.
Yeah, and Gunter also had more of a rectangle type torso. Like, he didn't have a very drastic V taper.
Nope.
So I think Rami still holds the lead. I think Hadi is a lot like Nick, but I think he's still wider.
Do you know what I would like to see? And it's not going to happen because it can't. But 2005 Gustavo Bedell versus Nick Walker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good comparison for sure.
When Gustavo won the challenge round.
Yeah.
That would be like, if anyone's watching this and wants to make a little video on that comparison. 2005 Gustavo Bedell, Olympia.
Yeah.
Nick Walker.
Yeah, that's a very good comparison. They're both the same size structurally, and muscularity was
muscle ratio.
Yeah. Can he beat Brandon Curry, or is Brandon's shape too much?
This is where I'm going to look back at Gustavo and his place. I'm not saying Nick is him, but I'm looking at how he did, and he was third.
Yeah.
So, and who beat him? Only Jay and Ronnie. So perhaps he could, because Bonac isn't Jay or Ronnie.
Well, because you got to think, if Hadi beat Brandon on Saturday night, which he did, and Nick is very close to how Hadi looks, in my opinion. I think Hadi's wider, but they both have similar, like, that really granite muscle, really thick muscle bellies, and their conditioning is very similar. But I don't know if he's as wide as Hadi. So I think Hadi could still beat him, but I think if it goes Rami Hadi, it could go Nick and then Brandon.
It could. I think because of the way that they're looking at the musculature.
But then you also have to add in Rolly, and now you have a guy who's round as fuck and also just as big, if not bigger.
But who's got more separation? Who's got more detail?
No. I didn't say he's got him beat everywhere. I'm just saying you got a guy now in Rolly who's as thick as Nick, but rounder.
And he's not qualified though, right?
I'm just assuming he's there, right? Just assume. I'm not saying he's there.
I think with Nick again, the detail is going to be his saving grace. Well,
yeah, because the
detail could carry him beyond. Right. Let's look at this. Remember, so let's talk about 2019 Arnold Classic. You were there, yeah. Luke beat Rowley. Luke had detail on the muscle.
Yeah.
Nick's got detail on the muscle. It carries you far.
I agree.
I think, yeah.
And Rudy is so hit or miss.
I know.
He leaves that door so wide open sometimes.
So, but I'm saying in terms of let's say we see the Rolly from the Arnolds where he was like bang on. Is it enough to beat Nick, or does Nick still beat Rolly?
I think Nick can take him.
Okay. What about after Rolly? We already said he's got Bonac. Akeem is a good fight, but you guys think the conditioning will carry him past Akeem?
And the back, the lower lats.
Yeah, well, the back development for sure.
That back and those hamstrings, but that back shot are going to carry Nick up into that top three if it stays good.
So then we have what about all the notables that weren't there? Like, what about Sergio?
Sergio's great, but I don't know. I just think Nick. Listen, it's hard for me to say. Like, I didn't follow Nick on Instagram for a long time, not because I don't like him. It's just because he's so fucking good. I didn't want to see it. Yeah, honestly, I'm like, I think he's a friend. I'll message him, but I didn't want to follow him because I didn't want to see that shit because he's so good.
Yeah,
I don't feel that way about anyone.
Okay.
So all the other guys, as good as they are, I think Nick is I think Nick's ahead of people.
He's very complete. That's the tough part to win. Like, you can say somebody has better conditioning. Well, that's actually hard to say. You can say somebody has better shape, better structure. No, but like his level of muscularity.
There's not many
detail,
people bringing There's not many people bringing that level of muscularity with that condition.
Well, it's not only that. It's like there's
that
nothing,
size,
but there's nothing missing. Like, you can't.
There's nothing missing. Nothing.
What can you really say is missing?
He's got every muscle group almost maximum development.
So that means if you think of that, then if you stand him next to Brandon Curry, right? Does he expose Brandon's legs, right?
I think maybe he could. Look from behind. Look at fucking Nick's back double, yeah? And look at the way his legs were.
Yeah.
Who else is going to be able to look like that from behind? Who else? Realistically?
Nobody really. Nobody. You'd have to get
and his posing is just getting better and better, right?
The back double, you'd have to get into Hottie territory.
Only Hottie and Ramy probably got the leg mat.
Ramy would have the leg mass, but his back double is not great from the top half.
Well, there you go then. So look, fuck those. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, it's funny. I did the podcast with Nick, but like the RBP, like way back, it was like before he was on Bro Chat with me. And I remember Nick said to me, "I'll be Mr. Olympia in 2 years." And I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, that's really fucking confident, man. Like that's ambitious. Like, how do you say that, right?
Do you know what?
But after seeing the way he looks in New York, and now after talking this out with you guys a little bit, I'm like, maybe he's right.
If you have a trajectory that is almost predictable, and to be that good, he's seen his own progress. He knows what his body does, how capable it is. Not all of us feel confident enough to say we can be Mr. Olympia because our progress is slower. Nick progresses at a rate that is incredible, so he has every right to say I can be Mr. Olympia in 2 years.
Well, it's not only the progress. I think is the way his body is put together. When you try and pick it apart, or you try and say why somebody else would be better, it's kind of hard to start making arguments.
Very hard. The only thing he has, the only way I can see him being beaten is if there was like the way that they gave the Olympia to Roden over Phil.
Why is that? What do you mean?
Just because from a purely aesthetic standpoint.
Yeah, well, shape is the only thing. Yeah.
And that's it. And that would be the only argument they'd have. No one's going to out-muscle him. No one's going to out-condition him. Someone might out-pretty him, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal, though, right? That's what bodybuilding is.
It can be. Yeah. And if they're judging like that, then it could go that way.
That's not. But I don't. Yeah, but that's not a bad way. Like when you say judging like that, I mean that's the way it should be judged, right? Like look at Phil. Phil is Phil because of his shape.
Yeah, of course.
Right, like Phil's not the thickest or most muscular bodybuilder. He's probably got the most detail, but he's also got more. He's also got a prettier shape than anybody else on stage.
And that's the only thing that could hurt Nick.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's no
if you think about Jay and Ronnie, to me, Nick reminds me of Jay.
Yeah.
Right. The only reason Ronnie beat him is because he had just as much muscle, but he had the shape to go with it.
Yeah, the poppy round.
Yeah. He had a little bit more muscle, but it was more the shape that like Ronnie had that nobody could overcome it.
It was like you say, it was that athletic structure.
Yeah. That's really exciting to think about, man. That Nick, at 26 years old, when was the last time somebody fucking did that?
Jay was first at 36.
Yeah, Jay was mid 30s. I mean, I guess Phil was what, 30 when he won the Mr. Olympia?
Yeah.
So this would be the first time somebody would. It's so fucking crazy to think.
It's cool,
because I see Nick differently, right? Like Nick is on the podcast with me, and he's just a bro.
Yeah,
like that guy could be Mr. fucking Olympia, Mr. Olympia.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's
cool.
gonna be exciting this year.
Very cool.
Ian wants to stand next to Nick.
Of course he does. I want to stand next to Ian and Nick.
Yeah.
Because obviously, let's be honest, Ian's beat me twice.
Yeah.
So I want to come back.
You want your payback.
Of course I do. Like, listen, Samson beat me twice. What did I do? I came back.
Yeah.
And I will come back. And I feel I feel that if any one of us don't hit the mark,
yeah,
we lose our position.
Yeah.
So I know that I can beat guys like that.
Yeah.
Just depends if we hit the mark and who doesn't.
Who's the most consistent though? And I think
Nick so far.
Nick so far. Nick to me is the most consistent.
But even as an amateur, he was nailing condition.
So I will say this though, and this is going to be a very, very important thing for the Olympia. And I don't think he'll miss the mark at all, but I'm just going to say this. Nick in New York was probably a fucking 100%. Like the way he looked, because in my career, I probably hit the mark like bang on like 3 times. Okay. Yeah. Like for me, it was always kind of like I rode this wave where sometimes I was perfect. Most times I was a little bit off, either over or under.
Yeah.
Nick, I could tell when he walked out just by the texture of his skin.
Oh yeah, just moving. Like Phil Heath.
Yeah, it was like 100%. So now the problem with Nick is, and it might not be a problem for him if he obviously has a work ethic. The judges are going to expect that from him every single fucking time.
Yes, and that's it. You do set your own precedent.
Yeah. So now if he shows up at the Olympia, even if he looks, because I thought he looked amazing last year. Like I know his posing was different, but conditioning wise and muscularity was awesome.
Yeah.
But if he shows up at the Olympia and he's not like this past New York that he just won, they'll mark him down.
Yeah, you will get stung.
They're gonna expect him to have that look every time he steps out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's hard.
I wonder if he can repeat that. That's a fucking easy thing.
I think whatever Matt seems to do as a coach, he seems to be very consistent with the condition of his athletes.
Yeah.
Ian, when he worked with Matt, never came in off. Sean never comes in off.
Yeah.
Like they're certainly, whether they're like their principles are, they're very good and they do work when it comes to coming in dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, fair play to them.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Right, I got to bounce.
Oh, that's right. You got to go.
Yeah, I got to drive to Fort Worth. Sorry, man.
Okay, man. Well, I have a good training session.
Like my internet seems to have caught up now finally. So just as I go, it seems to be working again. So
oh god, typical.
We'll get on next week. No big deal, man. Have a good training session.
Take care, man. See you, brother.
You guys.
All right, man.
Bye. Take care, mate.
All right, brothers. Me and you.
There was 2 of us. Then there was 2.
Then there was 2. There was 2. Want to do some questions before we fuck off?
Yeah, man. I'm up for that.
All right, let's do it.
It's been a while. I was actually looking forward to coming on today because the last few weeks been a bit fucked up for me time-wise and shit. So
yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah, no, it's just like trying to fit everything in.
I'm excited. I got your shirt coming out, this one, and then I got some limited edition stuff coming out that I think you'll like. I'm gonna send you a couple of these.
Thank you, man.
All right, let's do some questions. Would you rather go vegan or carnivore? Remember, carnivore is like only. I know somebody's going to dispute this in the comments, but just for this question's purposes, it's meat only.
I think I'd rather go vegan.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Yeah, man. Like I know we like meat, but imagine that's all you have in texture-wise, taste-wise.
Yeah.
Like there's quite a variety in fruit and vegetables and grains.
But that means you can't bodybuild anymore.
I've got vegan bodybuilding friends that are good.
Oh yeah, how great are they?
They're putting all right, more powerlifters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure that. Wait. Isn't Patrick more vegan?
No.
Double check that.
I don't think so, man.
I'm sure, or maybe even a recent vegan.
Let me text him right now. No, you're thinking of AJ.
No, I'm definitely thinking of Patrick. There was something he posted the other day.
Are you vegan?
Ask him. If he says yes, I'll be fucking surprised. He might just say fuck off.
There's no way, dude. There's no way.
We'll see what he says.
All right, let's see if he gets back to me. I don't know.
He does, I hope.
Okay. I don't think so, man.
I don't, but I saw a post and he's got
there's no great vegan bodybuilders. And plus he's black. He's black, dude. He's got better genetics than you.
That's all it is. He can eat sweet potato and get in better shape.
That's right. You can't be a vegan.
Nah, I could if I wasn't bodybuilding for sure, because that'd be quite, imagine, because you probably wouldn't even eat that much anyway. Probably be just chilled.
I could be a vegan. I'm retired. I can fucking just eat apples and shit all day long. That's it.
Fruit life. Bowl of fruit.
Fruit life. That's right.
Fruit salad every 3 hours.
Would you rather have to train on a stimulant-based pre-workout every gym session or never train on any kind of pre-workout ever again?
I do train on a stimulant-based pre-workout every session.
Do
so
you?
I broke my. Yeah, I might as well just stick to it.
Do you you take Total War every time you train?
Pretty much, mate. I've got caffeine at my nut, and then I take Wargame. I take the fucking games formula like 2 hours before when I'm playing PlayStation. So I've got like double up.
Total.
Like,
Oh, that's right. They have a gaming fucking formula.
Game formula, which has obviously got some shit in it as well. So I'm like, I'm going to be up till midnight, man.
Yeah,
I do like not training on. I think if I could get, in the ideal world, it'd be like a nootropic only, but we haven't got one. So
we have a like Hostility is more nootropic than it is stimulant.
Your stuff's good. I gave you a little demo run to give you some feedback. It's great.
Yeah, no, I like ours, but I need that. I thought I was weird. I thought you were going to answer the opposite way. Because like when I used to talk to Luke about it, Luke used to say he took Big Noise only.
Yeah, he would take Big Noise, and very rarely he'd throw in a few mental triggers, which were it's a stim, but not even the strongest Total War.
Yeah. But for me, I think I thought I was different. I'm stim all the time.
Same. I like that. I want to feel a bit ratty. I want to be a bit cracked when I'm in the gym.
See, the more I talk to you, the more I realize you are like me, even though you answer differently sometimes.
I do it on purpose because I need to create that contrast. We can't have imagine how boring it'd be if we're just saying the same shit.
So you just like making me feel fucked up, but really you're exactly the same.
Yeah, I just like creating that tension, that opposites. And I want the world out there to realize it's okay to be your own guy.
All right. Okay. Have any of you succeeded on Nick's squirt tips? I never got them. Do you think Nick? Think Nick actually made 29 girls squirt?
No, if he did, well done. Fuck me.
There's no way. There's no fucking.
No,
way.
listen. I don't think I've ever made one girl squirt my whole life. Ever.
I can't.
I doubt I ever will.
I can't comment. I have my wife will probably get pissed, so I'm gonna.
You better leave this one.
I'm gonna leave it. But I don't think. Nick, I know you're watching this, so you're gonna be pissed off. But I don't think you made 29 girls squirt.
If you know how, just drop me an Insta DM with some tips, and then I'll try stuff on Yannicka.
It's funny. Guy is such a one-upper. He was like, "I made all the girls squirt too," and I'm like, "There's no." I'm like, "There's no way. If for sure, there's no way you both did. Like maybe one of you is somehow got a secret, but there's no way you both did." So
it sounds like them two need a training session together. Doesn't it?
When will Ian and James join the Hosstile team? Oh, I already answered this. I said, not at this time, but you never know. Maybe in the future.
You never know. Life has a funny way of working. You never know.
You never know, man.
Never count things out.
My ultimate goal is to just have all of my friends on the Hosstile team.
In your village as well.
My village. That way I don't have to...
We could then have imagine that village if we did actually make that. It'd be the best life ever.
Then I don't have to go anywhere. We
could all move to Canada.
Yes.
Like your part of Canada and literally just set up village.
We'll set up some crazy ass fucking gym and we'll just all fucking train and hang out here. You guys can all bring your wives.
We'd have to do like chores for each other. So like when you need a cupboard put on the wall, you'd call Ian because we'd be in a village. If you need a plumber, we'd have to.
But what the fuck would I do? I'm useless. I couldn't do shit.
You just ask Summer and I ask Yannicka because I can't do anything either. Okay. They'll fill in for us. They'll fill in.
When I got to get you guys exposed, you guys come on the podcast. That's what my role would be.
Yes, that's the one.
What's your role then? And Ian's the guy who makes stuff, does the handiwork. I do the exposing on the podcast. What's your?
I don't know. I don't know. You need to give me a role. You're like boss, so you need to give roles out to each individual.
I'm just thinking all I can think of is like the gaming guy.
That's not a role, is it?
Well, I mean, if people need tips on gaming, you can take care of them.
Well, I don't mind. That's an easy life. I'll do that if you want. Suits me.
What would Ben be? Everybody's coach? No. Would Ben be the coach?
Yeah, Ben likes to tell everyone what to eat and what not to eat. So yeah, we'll have him there.
And what would Guy do? Guy would be the landscaping guy. He would landscape for us. Yeah,
he'd landscape and he'd plant we'd have an allotment with vegetables in. And he'd tend to the vegetables.
Yeah, Guy would do the landscaping.
He's like a mini Evan Centopani.
Yeah. He literally.
We'll use him for that.
And then who's left? Paul? Paul would grow our weed, our marijuana for us.
Paul can just roll the blunts. Because none of us know how to roll.
Patrick just got back to me. He says, absolutely not, with laughy face.
What was that in his bio then? I think he tricked me.
Yeah.
He tricked the world. We went vegan, man.
And then he said again, I don't even know who started that rumor. So I don't know.
So there is a rumor.
Somebody must have started it, yeah.
So there you go then. So no wonder I was clocking onto that.
You fell for it.
I did. Fucking did.
Let's see. Rate my physique. You want to rate any physiques?
I'm up to rating physique. Fancy it?
Yeah. All right. Let's rate a
I've
physique.
got nothing planned now. My evening's free. I've got you and PlayStation. That's about it.
Well, I won't keep you because I know how important PlayStation is to you.
Oh, I've got a few hours yet, mate. Don't worry. The boys aren't ready for me yet.
Let me see. Is that you guys set it up every night?
Pretty much.
Really?
It's like it's like a regular thing, isn't it? It's like club.
That's so fucking. I'm so jealous of that. I don't have a thing like that. I wanted to do that with like car stuff, because guys get together with their cars.
It's just nice having like a community of people in something that's not bodybuilding sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, most of them I met through bodybuilding or know me through bodybuilding, but you get to know people on a different level other than just this shit, so it's cool.
Well, yeah, just because they're bodybuilding, you're still doing something that's not bodybuilding related.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps the bodybuilding fun as well, because it's like it means your mind's not always on it.
Yeah. All right, this is Justin Wyatt.
Let's have a look.
Obviously a hunter.
His arm looks big in that top right one.
Well, let's see this squat. What's he got here? 6 plates? 6 plates. It's pretty good.
Could have gone, I think maybe just a touch deeper.
Yeah, but he's got the plates under his heel, or the board under his heels too.
I'm gonna let him off. He's got the wedge. Didn't see the wedge.
That's fucking, and he's fucking moving. He's moving pretty easily too.
He's showing us how it's done.
Dude, that's actually really, really fucking strong, man. And he's moving with like, I don't want to say effortless, but he's
he's certainly got a good tempo there, isn't he? He's not like stuck by any means. Very good lifting.
James, how do you feel about knee wraps? I don't fault guys for wearing knee wraps. Do you?
I think you should wear them. I think you should, because this is the only thing that's going to put pressure on the patella joint properly.
Yeah.
Like, anyone that's like anti-knee wrap, don't get me wrong, that's fine, but you're never going to squat 6-7 plates.
Yeah.
Because
look at this 5 plate.
An injury will come.
James, he squats like you, man.
He's my brother.
No, seriously, look at this 5 plate squat.
I thought it was me for a second. I thought this was my technique. I was lost because he's got the wedge, he's got the bar.
Yeah.
I'm a wedge guy.
Me a wedge. Let's see. Is this him?
Mate, he's pretty dense.
Ben's back. Ben, what are you doing back? Did you miss?
Well, I got an hour drive, and I figured I'd do a guy Cisternino and.
What? That's cool.
This isn't him, is it? No.
Yeah, I think it surely is.
Addicted athlete is unbeatable athlete. No, I think this is one of his athletes.
I don't know. Is he a coach then?
I thought he had like blonde hair. One sec. Is that him?
No. Yes. Look at the glutes. Glutes are thick.
Yeah.
Is that him?
They're not thick enough for you though.
No, they could be thicker, but everything's there. You just need more of it.
I know you like the big round glutes.
I do.
Is this him? Is this him again? How many plates is this? 1, 2, 3.
But you don't fuck about on the squat rack.
Dude, this 6.5. There's 7 plates here.
Listen, he's done it here. He was like rating my physique, but he weren't doing that. He wants you to rate his squat.
Well, fuck, I don't mind, man.
Exactly.
I'm always blown away.
He lured you in.
Well, hang on. He hasn't done it yet. Hang on.
No, we already watched the earlier one, Ben. He's strong as fuck.
He's a strong chap, Ben.
Oh.
Look at 700 times 4.
Oh, all right.
Ben's disappointed. He thought he was going to flop.
Ben's going to go do 700 for 5 now.
He is, literally. He's going to record it and tag this fella.
Those are deep. James, those are fucking deep, man.
They're good. What I'm laughing at, though, is that he's asked you to rate his physique, and he's fucking got hardly any pictures of his physique on it. It's all squat videos. So he knew that he was going to get prime time Fouad Abiad podcast.
You know what, though? If you can squat 700 awesome reps for 4, you deserve this.
You get hostile contracts.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we'll give him a call. Okay, there's another squat video.
What?
550 times 15.
It's 550. What's that, like 200
275 kilos, something like that.
No,
As much as that?
Well, 550 divided by 2.2. Let me see.
I thought it's 240.
550 divided by 2.2. It's 250. 250.
He's a strong fucker.
Look at this, man. 15 fucking reps. And they're good tempo too. It's like no.
Well, fair play to him. Oh, there's a physique picture below though. Look, there you go. Stay.
Wait, who does this cunt think he is?
He's
Putting a bunch of fucking squat videos up.
Ben's jealous.
Not bad. Needs more upper.
It's proportionate, but there needs to be more size.
Yeah, more like shoulder and arms.
Yeah, let me see if there's some.
He's a leg.
Wait, I can't blow this up.
I can kind of see though.
No, let me see if there's something else. Dude, it's all hunting photos. How can I rate your physique? Yeah, I'm just gonna say, look, everything's pretty proportioned, but you need more muscle.
Yeah, well, the legs are pretty. Look at the hand though.
Yeah, he's got great legs.
Yeah, I think it's an upper. I think it's an upper body situation. I think he needs more muscle up top, more so.
Yeah, I mean,
more so. Obviously, yeah, you can always do more on the lower, but
I'm saying it in terms of if he's trying. I don't know if he wants to be a pro or not. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm saying if you want to be a pro, like, the physique is there. There's pro potential, but it needs to be like 30
more
pounds. Yeah, more of it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna give him like a 8 on shape and proportions, but I'm gonna give him a 7 on size.
And then like if you were to give him a number on like potential?
Well, he's got great potential, I think.
So he could be a high number on potential then.
Yeah, I mean potential. I'd give him 8.5, 9. Like he's got muscle like everywhere.
I really like the glute ham tie-in, and you know I like the glutes, but the glute ham tie-in's good. Okay, I ain't done myself any favors this episode.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you might have done. You might get a lot of offers coming in.
Yeah,
mate.
I even do. Check my inbox, Ben.
Let's see here.
No, fair play though. He's a hard worker in the gym.
Let's do another one just for fuck of it.
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
The bodybuilding dad.
Yes.
What knew this?
This guy is 230 pounds, classic physique. Will be doing my first competition ever in September.
Right, let's see what's going on. Don't be too harsh, guys.
Yeah, he is doing his first show. So, there's a weird hole. That's a weird hole there in his shoulder.
I'm trying to think back to your first show for one. Think where he is in comparison.
Well, he's bigger than I was. My first show, I was like 200 pounds. I was 192 on stage in my first show.
Okay.
This pec situation needs to be fixed though, for sure.
I don't like when I'm not in a rude way. I don't like that natural shaped pec.
Yeah, so that's gonna present a very big problem. And then clavicles, like they're sticking out. Your clavicles are. I don't know if that's your shoulder or your clavicle, but delts need to be thicker, obviously, to take care of that. Quads are pretty good.
What's his nationality? He looks like he's
I don't know.
He's at Destination Dallas in those shots. I know that much.
I think
he's got quite thick legs. So I'm wondering if he's got a bit of a Eastern kind of.
Oh, you're being racist. You're being so.
You mean like Middle Eastern? He looks
more like I don't know.
He looks more South American to me.
Bro, I wouldn't have a clue, but he's got some thickness in the quads and stuff.
So I don't know. I guess we'll go by this one. I think the quads look good. Waist is pretty good now here when you see him a little bit leaner.
It's just the pec shape's the problem.
This isn't pec shape, man. This looks like gyno a little bit.
But do you think it is?
They do, because look here, you see the pec and then you see an extra ball here.
Okay, so yeah, that one left. It could be a gyno problem, man. You might
look at here. You can see the pec is here.
Yeah.
And then there's an extra ball there. Like you need to get this fixed before you compete.
Yeah.
This will the bodybuilding dad. I don't know what your name is. Josh.
Did he compete soon? Didn't he say he compete soon?
He said September. Yeah, September. I don't think
you get that fixed.
My personal opinion, if you want whatever it's worth, I don't think you should go on stage until you get this looked at or taken care of, because it's gonna hold you back for sure.
Yeah, they're quite harsh on that.
Yeah. So no, You know, hopefully you didn't take any offense to that. I'm just giving you an honest, constructive criticism. I think,
like you say, his structure's pretty damn good. Like, he could do well. Just needs to get that sorted.
yeah, if you got that taken care of, there's definitely potential there. So, I don't know. Do you want to give it a number? If let's say this was taken care of, do you want to give it a number?
But yeah, it'd probably be like on around about 7 mark.
Yeah, I would say 7.5. Ben, what do you think? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's small, but you can see all the shape and structures there.
This one, this one shows the structure the best.
Yeah. Look, if he's doing his first show, I probably wouldn't. You're saying don't get on stage, but I'd say to do the show and then get it fixed.
Why though? Can you explain that? Why would you say that?
Because if he's already started his prep and he's like locked in on that decision, what is he going to achieve?
Yeah, but think about it. September is 4 months away. Like, it's not like he's 3 weeks out.
You can't get kind of surgery and recovery in that time.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you're saying he's already started his prep, and I'm like, yeah, but it's like 4 months still. So it's like not like he's been dieting for all this time and all of a sudden he has to stop.
He's not like
but also you're like
just pick a different show is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're also saying it will hold you back. Hold him back from what? What's he going to qualify for or achieve on his first show?
Well, he's going to qualify for the next level, or maybe he wants to win. I mean, not everybody just wants to do a show just to get on stage. When I did my first show, I wanted to win.
I know, but he still might win. I've seen guys win with Gyno.
I don't.
I've seen pros with Gyno win shows.
I would never go on stage with a known weakness. Like, there'd be no point. I'd be like, that way I know if somebody's like even remotely close to how good as I am, they're going to pick that guy instead of me. Why would I go on stage with a known? I know this thing is going to hold me back.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is go on stage with something that's hindering you.
I don't see and plus, if it's his first show, I don't see the rush. Like, just wait, do one in the spring, get the surgery done, get everything taken care of, and then bring that awesome physique back when you don't have any issues. And then you can really like stand on stage and really know what you're worth. Because if he goes on stage for his first show and he takes like 5th, he might be 5th just because of his dyno. And not like that might deter him from doing other shows. Like, oh, I took 5th, maybe I suck, maybe I don't. You don't know. Yeah. Whereas if you go on stage with everything taken care of and you take 5th, then you're like, okay, well, it's my physique. It's not anything else.
Yeah, there's work to do.
You know, we have different outlooks on it, but
we have what?
I get what you're saying. We have a different outlook and opinion on it. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong.
What's your opinion? How do you justify your opinion about it? Well, no, just to have the conversation.
Because your perspective on it is as a perfectionist, and I'm talking about it from just dealing with somebody that wants to compete. Yeah, okay, I'm not saying he doesn't want to win. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that you do your first show, there might be a reason. He might be getting ready for something. It might be the timing of it. It might be, there's a bunch of reasons why people want to do shows in the first place, not just strategically to progress to the next level and become a pro, right?
Okay.
He can, but he can also, I say he can still get very, very conditioned. He can still potentially win a show with that. It doesn't look, we say it all depends how it looks when he gets in condition as well, because it might not be that as apparent as you think.
Okay, well, I'm only going by the pictures we're looking at, right? And
I understand.
And judging by these photos, right? Like, this is him in pretty good shape. Obviously, that's not shredded, but this is pretty good shape. And that's a glaring weakness to me, because I know what Paul thinks when Paul's judging. When they see that, that's not good. Like, it's, if there's anybody remotely close to him in physique shape, they're not going to pick him over the other guy.
I agree. Look, I'm not saying it's a good look. I'm saying it needs correcting for sure. I'm just saying I don't see, if he's already committed to the diet process, he might be mentally committed to it, right? And that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so then don't shit on the guy and pull him out.
No, I'm not shitting. I'm not shitting on the guy. Listen, people ask to have their physiques rated. I'm just telling them my opinion. Yeah. This is where, listen, if you can't take it, then you shouldn't ask to have your physique rated. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you're gonna ask, I'm going to point out the weaknesses. If I put my physique up there and I said, tell me what's wrong, and you said I had a big waist, I wouldn't cry about it. I'd be like, okay, well, I have a big waist.
Yeah, right? I understand. Look, I'm all right. I'm going to argue with you a little bit here. I understand you critiquing them, and I fully agree with everything you're saying. But then you went on to then advise him on a strategy, like you should pull out the show and then do X, Y, Z.
Okay, then fine. Okay,
he didn't ask for that point.
Okay, fine. You're right. So I'll rephrase it. If your goal is to win the show, you're going in with a weak point. Yeah. If your goal is just to get the experience,
you have that weak point.
If your goal is just to get the experience of being on stage, then go fucking crazy, have fun. Yeah. Right? You're right. Maybe I advised him too far. I couldn't, maybe I should have stopped at you have a weakness, period.
It's you highlight the weakness. It is a weakness. Like it's going to be an issue for sure. I agree with you.
Go ahead, James.
No, I was saying it's because you're trying to offer a service here, so it's easy to say a lot. But yeah, I agree with both of you. But be aware that you have this weakness. It is something that you might want to deal with at some point. Going into your first show, just know that if you are judged on it, then you know at least what it is.
And also, just in case people think I'm being harsh, I had gyno surgery when I was like 24, I think. I can't remember how young I was. It might have been 24, 25. I don't remember. But this isn't something that guys don't have to go through. A lot of people have had it done. So I'm not saying it like it's not like this guy has gyno. It's so horrible. It happens to everybody.
It's really common. It's really common.
And I had gyno surgery done when I was 24 to get my shit corrected. So it's not that taboo to talk about in our world.
No, definitely not. Definitely.
All right. Let's see. Peanut butter and jelly and soda or grilled cheese and coffee.
Oh, I'm actually thinking about that properly now.
Because you guys are dieting.
They fuck me. I don't like soda, so they fucked me with that. I would go with grilled cheese and coffee.
Yeah, I think I would. I'd put a little bit of Lee and Perrins on that as well.
What's that? What is that?
Spicy.
What is it?
Worcester sauce.
Oh, on your grilled cheese?
Yeah. You put a bit of Worcester sauce on there. Ooh, wow.
Is Worcester sauce from the UK?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure.
Can you tell me why you pronounce it that way? Because it's not spelt that way.
I don't know. It's Worcester sauce. We don't say Worcester stuff. We say Worcester sauce.
I think it's a
town. It's a town in England.
I think it's actually Worcestershire, isn't it? Something like that?
No, Worcestershire. No, Worcestershire. It's not Worcestershire. We're not in the fucking Lord of the Rings now. Christ. It's like Buckinghamshire. Buckinghamshire. Relax on the shires.
Worcestershire.
No, look, motherfuckers, look.
Worcestershire. It's Worcestershire.
No, wait a second. Look.
Pronounce it.
Worcestershire is how it's spelled. No, and you guys completely.
Yeah, Worcestershire. That's Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. Say it again, James.
Worcestershire.
How do you get Worcestershire from this?
Worcestershire. That's what it is.
Don't make me read it like that. Have a look at the pictures though, and then try and find something. You should send some over if you can't get it.
No, I got it. I got.
They just don't have the Leah Perrins, right?
I got this one in my cupboard right now.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah, I got this one in my cupboard.
Well, today, cheese on toast and some of that.
You think so? I've never done that.
It's so good.
What kind of cheese? Cheddar or something else?
Cheddar, straight cheddar.
Cheddar, always cheddar.
And Worcester. Do you dip the
don't grate the cheese. Yeah, just slice it and let it melt quite thick.
Yeah. And then as
Ben froze.
No,
as it's melting, I put it under as it's melting, I put it out and then put the drops on it and then put it back in and let it carry on grilling.
Yeah, it bubbles a little bit.
Well, I can't. I started a diet, so I can't. I'll have to wait for my cheat meal.
Yeah, well, the cheat meal it is then. Now, today.
So you
Thursday is the new Saturday, Fouad.
So nobody's going peanut butter jelly and soda?
No, it's the soda. It's the soda bloke show. It's the fizz.
I like Diet Pepsi though.
I do. Look, listen. I've got them with me all the time.
What is that? Diet Pepsi?
Yeah, it's a Diet Pepsi, the caffeine-free one for later night. But I would rather a nice coffee with a cheese melt. That would be
okay. How to calm down the wife when you're off the cycle and don't feel horny so much.
You're lucky you've got one. I don't have one.
Tongue or fingers, just get it done.
I'm with James. What did you say? You're lucky that she even wants it, or lucky what? Yeah. You got to calm down your wife. I'm like, I got to fucking.
We have to talk them up.
Ben, do you have to calm down your wife or talk her up?
I actually have to calm it down a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still new. I've been with Mine for we're fucking almost 15 years in.
Yeah.
We're married with a fucking kid, mate. That would,
Yeah.
that's expedited us. That's like 10 years there.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what's wrong with me then.
Yeah, you don't have the time or the kids. What the fuck's wrong, James?
I think it's because I'm married to the games room. So I'm in here. I close myself away, don't I?
Hey, have you seen that gaming thing that
I thought she was involved with you.
She plays with me, but she's on the console downstairs.
No. Listen, have you seen the gaming thing that you sit into it? It's like a full recliner with the TV in front of you. And
I've seen all sorts. I have seen a lot of those things.
I think it's called like the Dragon something, or I can't remember.
I've seen loads of these things.
Dude, I got to get you one.
There's one with like hydraulics on the back, and you can play racing games in it.
Yeah, something like that.
They're a lot of money, man. They're a lot of money.
I'm gonna get you one as a sign. I'm gonna get you one as a signing bonus.
That could sway.
Oh, I found it. I found it. 1 second.
Listen, if this is good, I'm jumping.
This thing.
I bet it's like 30 grand, and he backs
Look
out
at this
the deal.
thing, James. I'll buy. James, this is your signing bonus.
It's a bit ugly though.
Yeah, but imagine fucking playing in this thing.
I don't know. It looks a bit like.
No.
It's not very good looking.
Yeah, but dude, like I could listen. I'm not a gamer, but I think this would be like this. This chair makes me want to game.
Does it?
Yeah, because it moves around and shit when you're in there.
I feel like it looks a bit creepy. A bit like a dentist chair.
No way. Are you crazy?
Like surgical. It looks surgical.
1 second.
Don't you think that looks surgical, Ben?
Yeah, I see. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not as.
It's not. I get
claustrophobic. I get claustrophobic, so I wouldn't be about that.
That's how I'm feeling, Ben. I'm feeling claustrophobic looking at this.
No, man, come on. Yeah. You guys are crazy. Look at this thing. Look at this guy. It's like this is so comfortable.
I don't know, man.
Really?
Look at that guy. Look, that guy weighs about 130 pounds.
Imagine James locked in there.
I would never. The problem is you'd become out. You would be in it for so long. You'd form a connection to it, like you become one organism. You'd become one organism with the robot. You'd be like a cybernetic chairman.
Isn't that what you want?
No.
Fuck. See, I guess you can tell
the wires would eventually find a way into my body.
I guess you could tell I don't game because to me this looks amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if you understand.
This one, look, James, look at this one. It moves around. It's got wheels and shit.
I'm more about having a sick room. A room for gaming. A room.
This one has a Gatling gun on the side of it. Like, what is that for?
do me a favor, Fouad, in the type section. Let me show you what I mean when I'm talking about gaming.
All right, well, go ahead.
If you type Nick Merckx, so Nick, and then space ME, Nick Merckx gaming room. Yeah, just have this is you can have a little scroll in it and have a little.
Is it this one here?
Yeah, but click it and then fast forward. This is what I'm sort of a bit more because it's going to show you the end product. You want to see that? Yeah, this is more me.
Oh, you just want the lounge feeling.
I want the lounge, man. I want the.
That's pretty badass. I could do that.
Come on. Wait. When
you can also turn that into a cinema as well.
Like a theater room. Yeah, you can do a theater room in here.
This is.
Fouad's like, Fouad's in his little pod. I'm gonna go watch a film for summer. Just sits in his little pod.
There's he's got like PlayStation 5s in there, PCs. Look at that.
Maybe instead of a cigar room, I'll build this.
A little fridge with like energy drinks. Little Hosstile RTDs in there. Look.
Don't bail on the cigar room.
No, I want the cigar room.
And then look at the computers glowing. So yeah, man.
Yeah, you want to be completely immersed in this like whole experience.
I want my own realm, my own little realm where I go in there and I forget about everything. Bunker.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so anyway,
that's more expensive, James. I can't afford that signing bonus.
I'd
rather buy you the chair.
I think he even says in this video what it's costing. It's something ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Fuck. All right.
But hey, they're rich. These gamers are rich for it. That's what you should be doing. They're making the real money.
It's okay. I'm good. I'll stick with what I'm doing.
If you signed up to Twitch or whatever tomorrow, and everyone knew it was Fouad Abiad, everyone would tune in, and you'd be getting donations galore.
No, people would just be roasting me day and night. That's what they want to do.
They'd roast you, but they'd be sending you $5 donations every 10 seconds.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
What am I going to do on Twitch? Play games?
Yeah, sit there and be honest and say I'm shit at every game and play and be shit. And everyone will watch you be shit and love it.
Yeah, but why would why would they donate any money?
Because it's just, that's what they do. Because the reason they donate money is there's something called super chat, yeah?
Yeah.
And all that means is that when they write a message in, it comes up live. And if they pay money, it'll come up live with like a highlight on it. So it's more likely that you'll read it out. People want you to read out their messages.
I see.
Kill it.
Are you killing it with this thing, James?
I'm not killing it.
No. Okay.
This is what we were talking about with the New Pro, and someone said to do a super chat, right?
Yeah. But that's super chat on YouTube. This is Twitch you're talking about.
I will. After I win the Olympia,
same thing,
I will do that. After I win the Olympia, I'll do it and make money.
The super chat on Twitch?
Yeah, because I'll be able to invest the Olympia money into a good gaming setup.
Well,
so you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Let's see. If you could, would you make bodybuilding go back to the magazine media era or stay in the current Instagram online media era?
I wouldn't turn it back.
The magazine era fucks me, so no.
Yeah,
Ben. That's not true. You could have the coach's corner.
Yeah.
At the back of the magazine.
Yeah, the back of the magazine. You have one page, coach's corner.
I remember you used to have like you'd have like sections for like all the IFBB pros, and you'd have like the Shadow Dorian Yates.
Yeah, I had one.
What was yours? The Hoss.
The Hoss. I had one in Flex magazine when I was a Weeder athlete for a couple of years.
That's good.
And I had one in MD too.
They were cool. I used to read those.
Listen, I take pride in those. I actually used to write my own columns. Most of those guys just fucking sign their names at the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to actually take the time and like write my own shit.
I remember like reading Jay Cutler ones when he signed them for a while.
I don't know if Jay wrote it. I shouldn't say. I don't know who wrote their own and who didn't. Yeah. But I was always happy that I got to write my own.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the biggest mistake, regret you've made or have in your bodybuilding career? Forget it. Would you rather sleep standing or drink your food forever?
Sleep standing.
Sleep standing. Why is that going to be bad? If you're asleep,
you're asleep. If you're sleeping, that feels good. It's like you're fine. If it was like you couldn't lay down to sleep, that's a different fucking question.
You might wake up with a sore neck, Ben, because you'd probably be like this.
Because you just fabricate a brace, right? You just get one of those head braces and just
sleep.
Like if you get a car accident, one of those braces.
Yeah, just get one of those.
Yeah,
well, yeah, good. Yeah,
it'll keep your head up.
Yeah,
you just sleep. But then your legs, will your legs recover from training though? Because you're standing on your feet for like 8 hours a day.
Now you get those those stupid compression cuff things that we both bought, the pumps. Put a pair of those on, and that'll stop you from getting like deep vein. And then
But I think if you drink your food, man, then you never have any gut issues. It's just like everything's like.
Wait. Also, the body burns more calories from standing, so you're gonna wake up shredded.
You'll be lean.
That's true.
You'll be very lean, very quick.
All right, you sold me. That's the one. That's
sleep standing. I like it.
All right. What's your biggest mistake or regret you've made in your bodybuilding career? Let's go back to that one. I feel bad we skipped it.
Mine was this first my pro debut. I took loads of insulin and ate loads of food, thinking I was going to look wicked. Literally, the day before, I freaked out. I was like, I'm not big enough. I ate ice creams. I ate chicken and chips. I ate steaks. I ate potatoes.
I've done that.
And I took like 5 IUs of insulin with like every meal.
Were you full as a house and just fat, or were you?
It's the one that me and Ian did, and Ian was like, "You were fucking massive." But I was obviously not in good shape, so don't do that, kids. This was
already as you were a pro. I did it too. I thought I was the only fucking. See,
bro, I did it on my debut. My debut, I freaked out.
My god! See,
the day before, I was like, "Yeah, I can't need to eat more."
I think my biggest regret was, fuck, there's so many.
Yeah, but there's got to be one that you're like, wow, that was the one. Damn, son.
I don't think I have any.
Chat shit. You said you made mistakes like me.
Chat
How do
shit.
you say this
I love
now?
the term. I love the term chat shit. It doesn't sound as hard as talk shit, but it's good. I don't know. There's some I want to say, but then when I think about it, I'm like, I'm pretty proud of what I did, even though I could have. This is what I regret. I'm proud of what I did, but I think I could have done better. It had been more. I think my biggest regret was mental. I couldn't look. I have some photos that I post sometimes that I feel like look just as good as any other bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I think my biggest regret in my bodybuilding career was mentally not being able to handle the pressure as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what fucked me up more than anything. So I end up going on stage sometimes, not at my best, but it was kind of like my own fault.
Yeah.
Mentally though, not physically. Like it wasn't like I wasn't willing to do the work. It was, I don't know, man, either pressure got to me or I maybe didn't believe in myself as much as I should have. So I have like an overall, like a very broad regret of like, because when I look at some of the shots I've taken, I'm like, it's like, who said it best? Ron Parlow said it. Somebody sent me a clip of Ron Parlow talking about me on their podcast. And he said something like Fouad's best shots. I think they were asking who's the best Canadian bodybuilder or something like that. And he was like, Fouad's best shots are better than Ian's best shots, but Ian's a better bodybuilder. And I agree with that. Like, that's how I feel about it, is like my best shots I've ever taken, like best pictures I've ever taken, are some of them are really good, but I couldn't put it together on stage all the time.
I hear that.
So that's probably my biggest regret, is not being able to settle into who I was and just be happy doing what I was doing. There's always so much other shit going on in my head.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Cedric. I talked to Cedric about it, and Cedric's like Cedric has anxiety going into shows and stuff. And he always talks about how he thinks it affects his conditioning and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, I think there's a lot more to being like great on stage than just the physical stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
I have a question. Why somewhere in you?
Go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, so any of the injuries you had, were they because you did anything that was out of your, like, did we doing like a random exercise that you hadn't done before? Or is there anything along there that you like, shit, if I just like, I knew better than to try doing that?
Some, you know what? There's some I can point to things being wrong, but most of them are just in the middle of fucking training. Like probably my biggest injury is my lat. When I tore my lat, I was doing T-bar rows. I was doing 6 plates. I did like 10 reps pretty easily. So I went to 7 plates, which is something I've done numerous occasions.
That's what I mean. It's all stuff you've done,
it just happened, right? It wasn't, but then there's other things, like I tore my quad after a cheat day. I had a cheat day the day before, and I'd eaten a ton of fucking food, and I was training quads, and I had a super pump. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Trying to do lunges at the end in the stretch, my quad popped. So there's things like that where I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done heavy quads, and like all after having like a massive cheat day.
Yeah.
But no, there's nothing like I can actually point to, man. A lot of my injuries just fucking happen just from wear and tear.
Yeah. I only asked because I know when Luke tore his hamstring for his first Arnold, and we were just trying a different exercise,
Yeah.
We were like, let's just try a single leg press, and we were trying it like we hadn't done it in probably like 2 or 3 years, and it was the end of the session, and it went bang. So I was just wondering whether you'd had anything like that where you were trying to like just try something different or new or something you've not been doing.
No. Normally it's just wear and tear stuff, man. Yeah. Yeah, I think, so when I talk to younger guys now and they ask me about, like, they talk to me about their careers, or when they're talking to me about getting on stage, I always tell them to try and enjoy it. And I think it's kind of shitty advice, like, because when you're in the midst of competing, you're like, enjoy what? I just want to go in and win. but honestly, I think that would be my only regret, is my whole bodybuilding career feels like a blur because I didn't enjoy it. I was too busy trying to be better, that I didn't actually enjoy traveling to the expos and traveling to all these places and meeting all these fans. And like, I didn't understand the importance of it because I was too busy just trying to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I feel like that sometimes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I get it. Like sometimes you just gotta like be present now. Like, wow, look at the position I'm in, the opportunities I have, and like lap them up and laugh and take them in, because it is very easy to get caught up in the next show, the progress.
Yeah.
You know, rather than everything that's happening on a daily basis. It's very easy to do that.
I wonder if Jay feels this way, because I actually feel like after well, I'm not comparing myself to Jay in any way at all. What I was going to say is, after I stopped competing, I was able to appreciate fans and supporters and messages and meeting people way more than when I actually was competing. Because when I was competing, you know, people would say, "Oh, Fouad, he's such a dick. He's this, he's that," and I am, but it wasn't that. It was like I was so focused on competing that I just didn't appreciate people that want to meet me or take pictures, or like, I didn't get it. I just,
because to be fair, it's the most of the time you're preoccupied and exhausted.
Yeah, but I didn't understand the gravity of it, right? Like, if somebody, like, I don't know, like if somebody wanted to meet me, I was like, I don't get this. I just want to bodybuild. I don't know what all this stuff is. Like, I didn't understand the importance of it.
Yeah.
And I think now, actually stepping out of the competition scene, I'm able to appreciate more all that stuff.
Well, you're probably also, because you communicate with a lot of present bodybuilders as well, and you see how the effect they have on people.
Yeah.
You have a view now where you can see it still happening around you and with yourself on top of that. I know. I suppose you're just in a better place for perspective, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder sometimes if not everything is meant for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe the bodybuilding thing led me to this thing.
Yeah. So being the bodybuilder wasn't the be all for you, but it got you here. Now this is what you, right? This is where you thrive. This is your character blooming at its best, you know?
Yeah, maybe I think that too, because like I posted the other day, like I posted like a throwback photo, and I was like, you know, don't linger in your past, always look forward. And I'm like, I kind of feel that way now. I'm like, maybe the bodybuilding thing was great, but maybe it was just leading me to other shit that actually is more fulfilling.
I think it's like your bodybuilding was that necessary stepping stone in order to reach this place.
Maybe, yeah.
Which is great, like, because you can appreciate and look back with respect on everything you've done. Even if it was a blur, you can be happy that you are where you are now because of that.
Yeah.
You can't regret your past when it's led you to somewhere you want to be.
James, do you ever feel like your shit's a blur?
Right? All the time. And I know a day will come where it doesn't. And I look forward to that day. Like, I do try to slow down, you know, and pause. But the truth of the matter is that when you're balls deep in this, there is only the next show. There is only the next result. And to have any other attitude would probably lead to you not achieving the things you can achieve. The more you achieve in bodybuilding, the less present you fucking are.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be absolutely so one-track minded, and it's hard. But I live with that, knowing that there will come a day where I can reap the benefits of everything I've successfully managed to achieve. And the time after will be a great time where I can slow down and appreciate. Basically,
so you recognize the blur, but it doesn't see, because I would step back from time to time in the middle of my career, and I would go, man, this whole year is a fucking blur. I don't even know where it went. And it would make me feel worse about myself. But you recognize the blur and you're okay with it. You see it as being a necessary evil.
I think it's very necessary. I think it's to be at the top of anything, it's going to be a blur.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it may be, it's going to absorb your time, your energy, and your effort. And that, because of that being so one way, the fastest path is the straight path.
Yeah.
It's the one that travels. It's the one that flies past the quickest. Because you're going so this way.
Yeah.
This isn't even there. It's not even in your blinkers.
Yeah, I think that's.
Are you not going to have that same issue in 20 years' time when you look back and go, well, when I was doing because you're so busy with the Hosstile and the podcasts, I feel like you're just going to do the same thing, even though you're aware of it now. Like, you're doing what James is doing, where you're in retrospect or introspective.
Dude, can I tell you the truth? I had this like talk with myself. I just went for a drive and I just kind of thinking about stuff.
Yeah,
I'm doing exactly the same thing now I did in my bodybuilding career. I've been doing the podcast now for 2 years. It's all a blur. I'm like, I just get people. I like ask people to come on. They come on. I do the interview. I want to make sure it's good. I hope people like it. And then I go to the next one. Okay, let's get the next one. Let's get the next one. And then I put products out. I make a product. I put it out. I hope people like it. They like it. I go to, and it's, you know what? It's funny you said that, Ben. It's like, I don't know, man. I almost think if you're like an overachiever, or if you're an ambitious person, you're always in that state of blur.
Well, like James said, anyone, it doesn't matter. It's not just bodybuilding, right? It's any endeavor. If you're trying to succeed and be at the top, and you're going that one track minded, then that's the rat race, right?
The difference is now, though, there's only one major difference now, is I appreciate all of the good things that are happening to me from the podcast more so than I appreciated them in bodybuilding. So like in bodybuilding, if I had fans, it's not that I didn't appreciate them, but I didn't take the time to really like appreciate them. Whereas now I can actually like, I read their letters and I read stuff, and I'm like, I take a minute to be like, okay, good, I'm doing something good.
Yeah.
So there's one small difference, but as far as like the workload and the work ethic, it's the same fucking blur, even though I don't want it to be.
Well, that's why you got to take these little things while you can, like those letters with people, like you just got to put them in there and keep them in mind. Like I said to you earlier, like my little breaks are just playing the PlayStation of an evening. Yeah. In between the blur, you know, you just got to do those little things. Maybe life never will slow down. Maybe it is going to continue at this pace. Who knows? And all you can do, I suppose, is just try and make sure that whatever you are doing is the thing that you want to be doing, you care about. And that's it. Like, what else is there to life other than doing the thing you care about most?
Yeah, but that's what I wonder, right? Because maybe, and this is, you know, I'm sure Ben's life is a blur right now, dealing with like hundreds of clients and whatever. Also,
becoming a dad, like imagine that.
Well, yeah, that's a totally different blur altogether.
But, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, is there a point for other people that, like, if for somebody's listening and they want to comment, that's fine, like, too. But for you guys, like, is there a point where you think I've satisfied what I want to satisfy in this genre? Now I can relax. Or James, do you think when you're done bodybuilding, it's just going to be like me, where there's something else that takes all of your fucking effort?
I think perhaps the nature of the type of people we are and what led us to bodybuilding might mean that we kind of follow a similar path, you know, even after bodybuilding, because obviously it's clear that we're not satisfied with sitting still. We're not happy to just be and simply exist.
Yeah.
So I don't know, mate. I don't know. Maybe it's just a trait of our who we are. There'll probably be some sort of venture after. It just depends what you choose. Because I can't see, you know, as much as I want a time where you don't have to do much. Imagine, like, I know that me as a person would feel unachieved. Yeah. If I'm not pursuing something, whether I'm 50 or 60, I still want to be pursuing something. You know, I'll be an OAP with, like I said earlier, with an allotment planting fucking vegetables to give me a purpose. Yeah. We want purpose in life. That's the one thing that keeps the human soul happy and fed is being on this planet with a fucking purpose. And bodybuilding for such a long time was our purpose. We made it our purpose. Yeah. So to then end that endeavor and to have a void, it's not possible. It's funny you said that. You know, I feel like people avoid work because, like, oh, I have so much work to do. I don't want to do this work, or I want to. But it's almost like even I say that, but I feel like if I had no work to do, I would be depressed as fuck. There is that.
Yeah, look at everyone that went through COVID and lockdown and all started complaining that they're bored again, right? Yeah. Whereas they went from, oh, I never get a break, I never get a holiday. I know it's like a very unique circumstance, but yeah, you put someone into, like, now you don't have to do anything. Yeah. The human mind doesn't do well with that.
But I feel like for us, it's even more like we're not just focusing on, hey, let's go to our 9 to 5 and do that because we have to. We're like trying to create other things. It adds even more pressure. Like Ben, you're doing webinars with Pat, or you're adding more clients, or you're like trying to build out your gym and you're raising your son. And it's like you're trying to add more things to your plate. It's almost like we don't know how to relax, but is it because it's going to be depressing when you relax? And is that a negative thing? Like, should you be able to relax?
That's right. I actually have to, like, schedule those times in, you know, and forcibly take them now. Yeah. Like, some days are like a family day, because if I don't, I just get lost back on my computer again and work. So yeah.
All right, we'll finish up with this one last question because we've gone over 2 hours now. Somebody sent me this, and I told him I would try and remember to ask about it on the podcast. He says, "Hey Fouad, quick question. I don't know if you wanted to include this in the podcast, but I wanted to get your opinion and hopefully Ben's, Ian's, and James. I was having this debate with people at work when a girl showed me this picture and said this girl was thick. I disagreed and said she was fat, not thick, and we've been asking around ever since and debating what's thick and what's fat. What do you think?" This is the picture.
Wait, you can't show the picture and we can't call a girl fat. You can't do this.
I can show the picture. Why not? It's like there's no head on it.
Oh, okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
James, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Is that thick? Is that thick or fat?
It's a bit in the middle, man. That's like 50. That's 50% fat, 50% thick. Because she's not toned. But I can see a thick bird having a bit more musculature to it. To it, I mean her. To not it.
To it. Yeah. To it.
But you know what I mean? Like a thick girl to me is like these wellness girls. That's thick to me. Like the ones that just went up. That's thick.
Yeah, but they're in great shape. That's the different kind of thick.
Yeah, but this is why it's down to perception, isn't it? Like that's why this argument's even occurring, this question. Because I think thick's when you've got big thighs and they're toned.
Okay, so my opinion of thick,
yeah.
the way society says it nowadays, to me, this is like a fat girl that wants to say she's thick because it's cooler to say she's thick than she's fat. Right?
Yeah.
But she's not horrible fat. Let's just
no, she's not. Well, okay. Okay, there's a
no. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying. She's actually got decent shape.
Well, what I was gonna say is, I think thick also depends on your proportions. Like, if you have a small stomach and a big waist, or sorry, a small waist but a big hips and a big legs, and big tits, then maybe you're okay. You can be.
That's why I consider thick that more.
So are we saying that the fat is mostly the waist?
Yes, I think thick is when the waist is big. The fat is when the waist is big as well.
No, because I've seen girls with tiny upper bodies and tiny waists with giantly fat, like humongous legs and ass.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
That's thick.
I like a skinny girl, so there's everything wrong with that.
I feel like that's thick, Ben. I think that's thick when it's got.
It depends how.
No. I've seen like genuinely fat where they're like, really fucking
maybe
obese on their lower body, and then for some reason their upper bodies does not match.
Well, maybe the texture matters too. Like if it's like if it's loaded with like tons and tons of like ripples and shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like they look like they're fucking 300 pounds on their lower body, and then
it looks like half a bag of sand. There's an issue. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, then that's not thick. That's just disproportionate.
But isn't disproportionate good?
No, not for me. I like my old Victoria's Secret model look.
I like disproportionate, either top or bottom, but something has to be disproportionate.
Wide shoulders.
No, shoulders. No, I meant like big boobs or big ass. Something has to be disproportionate.
That's definitely more arse than thigh, man.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm just saying you like it disproportionate. It can't be equal.
Yeah, I small waist with a decent arse than thigh.
Huh.
I like a stick up and down. Give me a straight up and down girl.
Like proper like Victoria Beckham shit.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So we haven't said, is that girl fat or is she thick?
Fat.
She's a little bit fat.
Here, 1 second. I'll show you again.
But not bad fat. I'm going to highlight that over and over again so the women don't get offended. That's like, she's just not thick because she's not got the diameter of her thighs and now are big.
Ben, is this? Ben, I know you're driving.
I know, I've seen it. I love James's quote. That's fat, but not bad fat. Like
I agree with James on that one. It's fat, but it's not bad. Yeah, you can be fat, but not bad fat.
Yeah, there's obese fat, which is different.
There's obese fat.
There's levels.
Yeah, like obese heifer lump.
Oh, obese. Yeah. So there's obese fat, and then there's good fat.
There's heifer lumps.
So what's good fat called?
Good fat's called like good fat.
All right, good fat. Good fat.
Yeah, man.
So this girl's considered good fat, but she's not thick.
She's polyunsaturated.
Yeah, good like omega-3 fat. So like That.
All right, so she's healthy. She's healthy fat.
She's healthy fat. That's the best. Healthy fat.
What the fuck are we on?
All right,
She's fat.
She's healthy
So
fat.
if we got a chick in the street We point. That's healthy fat.
So thick is what's thick? Thick is in good shape, disproportionate, but in
Look,
good shape.
That's the kind of fat that I wouldn't trust around my food. Right? I don't want if I have to keep an eye on my food, if I need to like put my bowl down, I'm going for a piss, and I have to keep my eye on my food, that bitch is too fat.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, okay. I see that.
All right, boys. Good one this week. Long one. All right. We'll talk next week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just can't believe that conversation. It's stupid as fuck. It's great.
We're always stupid as fuck. That's the whole fucking show is stupid as fuck. That's all we talk about is stupid shit.
Brilliant. I needed that this week. I'm glad.
Who's gonna be mad at you this week though? I think Rami's gonna be mad at you, James.
Bro, listen,
Yeah.
I consider Rami a friend, but I will challenge him one day.
I think Hottie's gonna be mad at me.
Hardy's gonna love me.
Hottie's gonna hate me. Rami's gonna hate you.
Hardy's gonna get a
And
tattoo.
all of the fat chicks are going to be pissed. That's it.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
We will see you then.
See you guys.
Peace.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hosstile and myself. And lastly, check out hosstile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.